Well, what's up? How we doing, guys? Short stream today. My flight leaves in like 5 hours. Destiny's irrational hatred for lefties displayed in 5 parts. What? I can't click this. Nothing happens. Am I crazy? Waste of time thread. What was it about? Maybe Destiny would spread less misinformation if you read more than the headline. This is pretty rich coming from a Vosh fan. Okay. Even worse, it says federally financed in the headline. Oh, God. It can't actually be over the drug thing, right? That would be crazy.
Rio Flamel, $5. Welcome to all the Twitch chat refugees. This is YouTube chat. We believe in rising up and killing chaos. YouTube chat, rise up and kill chaos.
Oh, yeah. I don't actually think Merc themselves. I don't think Merc themselves actually got any of the federal grants. I think it was the company, or it was like the university that licensed. It's like a weirder thing. It's a little bit more complicated. Yeah. But I think it's so much about factoring R&D costs. Maybe we should figure out what the cost is and tell people about it. Oh, he won't do that because he just wants to shit on a lefty. Okay, wait. I literally, you can. That information is publicly available. You can just look up R&D costs for drug, or like the average cost at least. I don't know if you can look up a specific one. I don't know if that shows up specifically on the what are the names of those corporate filings? Oh, I'm thinking of stuff related to hedge funds. I don't even know what a publicly traded company is obligated to file. I don't know if they'll like post an individual breakdown, but I mean we know the averages, right? It's like around a $950 million. Wait, is the volume low? Yeah, it is. Hold on, I don't know why. I don't know how this gets turned down so much. Fuck. All right, hope maybe this is better. He needs to stay in his lane of either debating really far left tankies or conservatives, because his brain simply breaks down when arguing with leftists. Is your post saying that Emory created a functional antiviral that works on COVID in humans with the 29 million, gave away the rights to Ridgeback, who did nothing but put a price tag on it? Ridgeback obtained the license from Emory, then sold it to Merck. My apologies. Ridgeback obtained the license from Emory, did nothing but flip it to Merck, that did nothing but put a price tag on it. They sold it to Merck for an undisclosed amount. All I know is that the payment is in some way tied to future incentives. Did either company assist in ensuring the safety of the drug in humans, including testing or modification, or was it from Emory Lab to FDA testing? I know Emory had promising tests done on mice in April 2020, but no human trials. Destiny, it's too loud. Wait, is it? Am I too loud now? Hold on. I'm almost certain Emory did tests. Wait, well, if you guys are all screaming at me for misinformation, you're arguing on Reddit. Why not go look it up and post it? I recommend reading this. Research Synthesis, Public Funding, Pharmaceutical R&D. The literature on public funding for pharmaceutical research and development is considerable and has been increasing in the past decade. This review focuses on public funding, a full picture of total expenditures. I love how people do this shit, dude. I'll bet my life. I will. You haven't read this. I know he hasn't read this. I don't know why, like, Lefties are so they're so like condescending too, where they'll be like, "Oh, well, you just need to read it," and then they just like it's the same thing as the neo Nazis and the race realists that'll be like, "Oh, here's some research," and then they'll just like machine gun out to you like a paste bin full of like 400 fucking things. Like, bro, just cite the part that's relevant, or at least like point somewhere to it. You know, like. Also, this might be worth a look. What do you mean it might be worth a look? Like you haven't read this either, so maybe you think it's okay because the search terms match what you're like. It's so stupid. Remember the person on Twitter who replied to you with a book? Yeah. He's been in a cringe arc lately that even some of his fans are disturbed by. He tried to BTFO Actual Drake and the Amazing Atheist and got shit on. He reflexively hates leftists. I wonder if his recent banning will make it more unhinged. I haven't heard about that drama. What happened? Actual Drake responded to a video. Oh, we got all this shit. Oh my god. The only research this guy does. Nice. Their tweets at least. Easier reading. Does he encounter someone who is actually smart? Wait, did that Ryan dipshit actually respond to me? This is one of the dumbest like
Are you still number 672? Here's my tip towards your mansion jar.
Thanks. This is like one of the most common, like easily debunked misconceptions. The whole like, oh, the public funds for 80% of R&D. Okay, we're the public phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials on any drug ever. Like I've had so many researchers at this point email me. I feel like this is just one of the most obviously correct. So here's my understanding of how public and private funding works. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, for public research, there's a whole bunch of stuff that public universities will research about. Like this. This is like the public shit. Maybe they find like, oh, cool, like this drug, drug X has this really weird interaction in vitro with, cell Y or something. Right? Like, oh, that's really interesting. Or maybe they're like, oh, there's a new mechanism by which you can inject cells. So like the mRNA research, right? Oh, this is really cool. Basically like public research is just like expanding the borders, the boundaries of knowledge in terms of what we know about medical related stuff, which can be like a wide variety of things. I think the goal of the private sector is a private sector person might look at this and go, oh, hey, here's some public research that's very interesting and looks promising. We're going to like take this and then we're going to build this out into something that hopefully can become a drug at some point. That's like the goal. Now, a lot of these fail, but some of them succeed. And then when they succeed, they obviously make a lot of money on it. But it's disingenuous to say like, oh, the public funds all this research. No, they don't. Public research doesn't make drugs. Public research expands the body of information, and then the goal is for a pharmaceutical company to come and take that information and then turn it into some sort of therapeutic application, where therapeutic application means a drug that's designed that would be a good therapy for a given disease, meaning the drug treats the disease or at least helps alleviate the symptoms. But to say that like the public funds the research is just not how it works. It's just such a stupid statement. Universities often try to further monetize the research produced at the universities. They file patents, do partnerships with private sector work, or work with researchers to push. Yeah, I've heard this too. Yeah, that sometimes a researcher in a university will patent certain techniques or things that they find, and then they'll try to partner with private companies so the thing can make money too. Yeah. I looked up Brian Grimm a while back when Hassan recommended him and found he was a nobody. Can you explain why you think he's garbage? I don't know. Just go read through shit that he's done. Most of his takes are just like the standard kind of reactionary, like doesn't know anything, doesn't contribute anything valuable. Most of the articles that he writes in The Intercept are like pretty misleading or like basic. So stuff like, oh, like pharmaceuticals. He didn't write the article about pharmaceuticals, to be fair. I have to go back and look. I mean, we've looked at some of his shit before on stream. Usually it's just all garbage. He's like a left-leaning version of like a Daily Wire contributor or whatever. He whom we're not supposed to name seems to frequently engage in a just world fallacy when arguing with lefties, which is to say that he always assumes that there must be some logical reason the way that things are, the way they are. Wait, there must be some logical reason that things are the way they are, other than people just being shitty or greedy. I hate to say this to you guys, and dude, listen, man, I understand. You want to know what a big doomer pill, a big void pill for me is? I hate that I have to say this, but I think a lot of things might actually just be granted to you by age. That actually might be a case, which makes me sad and disappointed in myself too. I totally would have believed this a long time ago. Yeah, like shit is greedy, shit is fuck, shit is like everybody's just greedy out to get themselves. But like anybody that's ever tried to do any amount of real world anything ever, it's never that simple. It would be so cool if that was the case, where it's like, oh my God, like this thing is like that because they're just fucking greedy. Like it's not that simple. There's oftentimes like layers and layers of bureaucracy. There might be dozens of different hands that some decision, changes hands with. There might be like hundreds or thousands of people affected. Like very, very, very rarely is there something where it's like, that is greed. Yeah. Unfortunately, it sucks. It's kind of like people that do foreign policy and they're like, oh, the Middle East is like that because of Islam. It's like, no, not really, but what's frustrating is lefties often go too far in understanding everything that world and militias. Station has identified this problem, but overcorrects and instead assumes that stuff like high drug prices or the influence of capital in our political system are inevitabilities that lefties are foolish to fight because that's just the way things are. I'm not saying it's foolish to fight. You don't fight inevitabilities. You accept them and then you guide them. That's like the whole point. Like a really good example of that is markets are powerful. So why the fuck would any pharmaceutical company ever make a fucking drug for a rare disease? They're not going to make money on it. Well, if we recognize it's a reality, maybe we could create a program that rewards manufacturers for making drugs for rare diseases, right? And that's what the point of the orphan drug program is. These are good ways. Or like cap and trade. Do economists like cap and trade or not? I feel like, weren't carbon taxes one of the only things economists like? Cap and trade is considered a carbon tax, right? Like carbon taxes, in my opinion, are good. Companies are never going to stop polluting. It's stupid to imagine that they will. They're never going to stop polluting. So give them a financial incentive not to, right? That's, markets are powerful. If what The Intercept quoted was true, they received $29 million from the government to help develop the drug. The average cost to bring a drug to market is around $1 billion. How are you going to cover the other $900 million invested in R&D? Probably by selling the drug at more than it costs to produce.
Fat cat, $5. Used to work for a uni's research department, in IT. And yes, they and the researchers share money based of patents they create. That dollar important. Hey buddy, how can we set up a discussion on the Thought Adventure podcast? I saw your debate last night lol. Would love to see some good faith talk.
What is the Thought Adventure podcast? What do you think about global minimum tax? 140 countries fixing to do some meaningless UNBS, trying to bring it about. I think global minimum taxes, I think, are ultra fucking based. People shouldn't be selecting areas of investment, in my opinion, for like weird tax preferentiality. I think that's really dumb. But I don't know how you get countries. I don't know how you get some countries on board with it. Ireland is the big one, right? Like, how do you make Ireland give up their business, haven status and like lose all that shit? It seems like it would be difficult. Thought Adventure podcast. Is belief in one God justified? The moment an atheist becomes a theist. Oh my God.
All we're saying is okay.
I'll think about it, okay? This guy actually did this on mobile? Government used a lot. According to Gotham, who is based in London. Short story of one of the arguments of the best North Seas farmers. It's great. Wait, is he just quoting the article? Wait, is he implying I didn't? Did we literally read through the entire article on stream? That was part of what I made fun of it for, because the funding that the government gave for this was so low, like $10 million or $20 million, which is like, okay.
The grossly affluent is a moral obscenity, and our economic system inevitably leads to oppressive and exploitative power hierarchies. Redistribution is the only ethical option. But now that I think about it a little more clearly, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? I think I heard that in a video game once. And you know,
He literally did the meme, dude. He did the meme.
That is literally like, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
Jesus.
Is a BioShock Andrew Ryan reference that is supposed to be libertarian, right? But actually, it is inherently socialist.
Oh man. I actually, if you really think about it, in a funny kind of weird way, that's actually kind of true, I guess. Right? Libertarians would argue that the government taxing them is stealing a percentage of their labor. And I guess a socialist would argue that an employer profiting off of their labor is stealing a percentage of the labor, kind of. The economic horseshoe materializes. Oh no. I highly doubt the drug costed that much. Wait, what's your source? For one, it's not like it's brand new. Molnupiravir has been it's been around, dating back to around 2000 from what I can tell. The technical term is EIDD 1931. The current pill has been researched from 2013 to 2020. Compounding also had previous... Also, from what I could tell, the timeline is that it was funded and created at Emory, licensed to Ridgeback, then sold to Merck. I'm pretty sure the money put into it by Merck went toward the most recent trials. They're expecting to get EUA. Where? Why would you just assume this? Why is he allowed to do that? Why do you think it wouldn't cost much to buy and then do trials for a COVID drug? Part of the cost Merck paid most likely included the R&D for its development by the original owner, and drug trials are a huge part of the cost to market of drugs. The argument that they received some funding, then they should sell at cost, even though the funding might only cover a small percentage of costs. Furthermore, the drug company is profitable, can reinvest in R&D and new drugs. There's one industry I'd like to see grow and develop new products. I think pharmaceuticals, I think we read this before, is that I think the pharmaceutical industry reinvests more of its money, I think, than most other kind of related white collar whatever industries. I don't remember what report we read on that a while ago. But compared to tech and everything, pharmaceutical R&D reinvestment is huge. Fuck, hold on one sec. We will see when the drug is sold for 2 times cost in Europe. America accounts for the majority of profit for pharma companies. Look, I get what you're saying. You're right. They can't just sell at cost, but they always seem to be selling for way higher here than anywhere else in the world. At a certain point, we're just getting ripped off and fucked. The price discrimination thing and regional pricing is also something that nobody understands. Oh, man. You know that video games sell for cheaper in most other parts of the world too, right? Oh, man. I agree, in my opinion, the solution for that is to have the U.S. bargain on drug prices, which as far as I know isn't allowed at the moment. The drug is sold for less in EU and other countries because EU and other governments bargain. I agree that's something. Even post-Emory, Merck and Ridgeback received further federal funding. Where is the source for that? Past the 20 or 30 million? There are articles explicitly saying that the federal funding covered the cost of the drug. Federal funding covered the whole cost of the drug? Maybe you should post those then, because as is, all you displayed is that you and 90% of people are clueless about how drugs get their research from. Okay, let's read this. A likely new treatment for COVID-19 was made possible by government-funded innovation. Last week, Merck and Ridgeback Biotherapeutics announced phase 3 results of, somebody pronounced it, Molnupiravir? Is that how you pronounce this? An oral antiviral drug in a trial. Also, came out of the Drug Innovation Ventures at Emory, a not-for-profit LLC owned by Emory. It had previously demonstrated broad spectrum. Oh, this has no new information. Did the guy... Well, hold on. Let me finish reading this. Millions of dollars in federal funding. 2019, the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease gave the Emory Institute of Drug $16 million contract to test the drug for influenza. It had previously garnered funding from several other NIAID, National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease grants, as well as funding from Defense Threat Reduction Agency. On attention to COVID, Emory received pledges of more than $30 million. To develop licensed the drug. The drug was funded by So in this case, wait, if this is the case, which it is, another posting that brought it up, should we even be mad at Merck then? Shouldn't we actually be getting our money back from the university that licensed the drug? Like, why did they get paid any money for it? Because they're the ones that received the funding, right? Like, who even owes the public at this point? Before signing on with Merck, Ridgeback tried to negotiate a deal with one that was specifically mentioned in the explosive whistleblower complaint by Rick Bright, the former director of BARDA, in his complaint. Set a contract first, $100 million. They personally lent me the authority to get more financial aid. Barbara denied the request due to lack of adequate documentation. Avoid 2020, but eventually back to Ridgeback. Received more federal funding. Procured 7%. To call it federal funding after a therapy has been discovered, and then to say that it's federal funding when they're pre-buying treatments is also not really the same as investing in the research. Federal support for innovation is essentially... Okay, so this article doesn't say... anything new. I understand regional pricing for poorer countries, but how does it work for European countries with similar levels of wealth to the U.S.? They get better regional pricing probably because their governments negotiate it. We're not allowed to in the United States for I have no fucking idea. I've never heard a good argument for why. I think it's Medicare is not allowed to bargain for drug prices. Either Medicare or Medicaid or both. I don't know why. I have no idea. I don't know if this is stupid of me to say because it's going to be the one. I feel like of all the bans I've ever gotten, this has to be like the least likely of it being a permaban. Every ban I get is always indefinite. It's actually like so crazy to me. I feel like, because I went back and I listened to the YouTube video, there's no way that, I don't even know if people listening to this even knew I was reading off an email address. Because I was just like, oh, this is, what did I say? I was like, oh, this is like John Jones at Twitch. Like that's what I said, except with a different name. Maybe I shouldn't say at Twitch, at Justin. So it's not, I don't even know if people that heard this, oh, fuck, knew I was even reading an email off. Maybe the ban was for the other thing. Well, they said that the ban occurred for content created at, it was 1:30 p.m. PST. So early in my stream, I'm pretty sure what I was going over was, yeah. That specific employee must have known you right. I don't know. Do you think they would just watch your stuff? No, well, it's because the clip got onto LSF. You want to know the real base take? Twitch people should be banned. They should ban that whole domain. They should ban Reddit, or at the very least, I know you can ban, I think you can ban like URLs or whatever, right? On a, like if you have like access to your fuck, what are the logs called in your router? You can ban access to certain things. If you work at Twitch and you're in Twitch offices, you should not be allowed to read LSF. If you're a moderator, you need to learn how to do your goddamn job. Stop looking at that fucking subreddit for people to ban. It's so crazy. It's so funny because like every booby streamer knows this. The death blow of a booby streamer that's pushing the boundary way too far is when you finally get a clip on LSF. That's when you get banned. It's so crazy. So like the last ban is so weird because I can't even blame a hate watcher because I don't even know if a hate watcher would have reported me for that. Like somebody hears it like, oh, I think that was a like personal information. That's so crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know. That's so insane. Do you have lines of communication with me? I don't have anything. No, I just send in a fucking ban appeal and we wait and see.
Hunter Avalone, $5. Hope you get your account back soon. Sockdems rise up.
Do you think that, to be charitable, do you think more traction also could lead to an influx of reports? Depending on what it is, yeah, but just not for this. I genuinely believe that nobody, I don't think anybody heard that and immediately thought, oh my God, he just revealed like a confidential email address. I don't think so. There's no way. It was just like, because I went back and I listened. It was like, there's no, I don't want to play it on stream because I don't want to like shit stir, but like, yeah, I actually couldn't believe it when I even went back and listened to it. And then there's another irritating thing. I don't like to do like ban brigades or whatever, but like I've seen pictures of like there are other streamers that actually had this shit on stream. I saw people were posting things of the serfs of Lance who had like the actual picture of the leaks, and you had all the email addresses like on the fucking screen. And it was like, oh my God. Who reported you or banned you? I don't know if there was a report. I just know it was, yeah. Did you see the LSF thread of the relay clip? No, I didn't. Oh, did it get banned? Wasn't the email censored in those pictures though? The @Twitch Park? I don't know. Hold on, was it?
Sabri Keller, $5. Sure takes some money. By the way, do you remember that song called Mr. Window?
I'm just gonna post this in chat because I don't want it showed on stream because I don't know if it's like if I'm gonna get banned. But this doesn't look, this don't look censored to me, homie. I don't know, mate. Damn, that irrelevant thread got nuked. The thing that sucks too is that like, if I try to think genuinely, like, if we ignore the Rittenhouse thing. How many times have I like legitimately been banned on this website over the past 5 years for something that was like my fuck up? Like I know there was a time there were 2 booby times. One time during the DT podcast, and then one time there was a thumbnail on my subreddit, which was stupid. So like, but like both of those, sure, that's 2 legitimate bans. I never actually got banned for the Rittenhouse stuff at all. So it feels like aside from that, like it's annoying because. In my that the F-Slur Bandit League, that was a legitimate one. Was that 3 or 4 years ago? How long ago was that? Oh, dude, my whole time sense is fucked. Was it 2018? So 3 years ago? About? It just it feels it just sucks because like now when you look at my history on Twitch, it's like, oh, he gets banned all the time. It's like, well, okay, most of these bans are for some crazy stupid shit. Wait, what was my last stupid indefinite Twitch ban about? That was banned for like 4 days for. I don't remember. Oh, it was the Hunter Biden thing. It was censored. I guess maybe that was kind of legitimate, but like, fuck. It feels like I stream like so many hours, and for the most part, I don't really do anything that pushes the boundaries of like getting reported. Like most of my shit has just been gameplay over the past few years. But now like the thing that sucks is that if I do try to appeal something at some point, I feel like they're just going to be like, oh, well, you know, maybe this would be okay, but you've been banned so many times that now you're fucked. And it's like, okay, well, fuck you. Like, yeah, no shit when I get banned over every like crazy, stupid, small thing. Yeah, just fucking annoying. Dude, I ordered Red Bull and I fucking shipped it to my house in fucking Omaha instead of my apartment. I'm fucking triggered. Also, why is DJ Wheat fighting in the fucking trenches of my LSF thread? If somebody were to legitimately ask me, and I've always said this, I don't know if anybody in real life has asked me that I could like show you guys or prove. If people ask me like, do you think DJ Wheat is obsessed with you at Twitch, like trying to get you banned? My answer would be, DJ Wheat probably almost never thinks about me. My guess is he's got like a ton of day-to-day shit. I don't think he thinks about me ever. Like he's got like a whole other life to work. But when I see him arguing in the trenches on an LSF thread of mine, how deep do you have to be? What the fuck? That's so weird. He said that he has no problem with you. Has he expressed it to you personally? Fuck no. I don't want to say anything. No, he hasn't said anything to me. But his last comments publicly made it pretty clear that he does have a huge problem with me. I just thought it was so weird to see him in that LSF thread. That was just bizarre to me. I never would have expected that. This thread got super nuked. 252 comments, damn. Oh man. The idea that anyone of any power, especially in his position at Twitch, even reading LSF, let alone replying to it, yeah, it's fucking weird as fuck. Yeah, he's like a director level dude. It's like insane. The man's got a teenage son he could be hanging out with, and he's on the internet debating Reddit. Yeah. And it sucks too, because I don't know does it count as doxing if I say this? I hope not. I think he said this before. Like, me and DJ Wheat are like from the same area, like in our lives. That's so crazy to me. Like, oh man, dude. I think he said where like he's from. I think right. Like how many other people from fucking Nebraska or whatever like are even
Ishtaldia,
whatever, dude.
$5.
It's fucking
Hope
crazy.
you get your channel back soon, buddy. However,
hopefully.
I will see you in court as the Great Reset debate may have caused me to go insane.
Did you know him before streaming? No, but I knew him. We were closer. I don't know if we were friends back in the StarCraft 2 days. Do you think that Twitch will die in the coming years? No, I don't think so. I don't think Twitch is ever going to die. Do you think disabling clips/VODs on Twitch will help? I'm not going to disable clips/VODs. Have you seen the Abba Preach video? No. It's just this last minute was just super bizarre. I don't know. Usually when like random stuff starts happening, like you get if you get like banned and shit, it's because somebody's trying to get rid of you, right? That's oh no. Oh man.
Okay.
He messaged me and he asked me if he could respond to this, which I appreciated before he did it. And I said, knock yourself out, dude. It's never going to stop anyway, so go for it.
Context: the individual in question, this woman whose name is Anna.
Destiny, they had your back. Do you really? Why would you? Why would I ever expect them to side with Anna? There's no way. Why do I look so fucking weird? Every time I see this picture of me, I feel like I look like a fucking wizard. No. I mean a lizard. But maybe a wizard too. But definitely a lizard.
Type of thing. And then they ended up breaking it off. And then all of a sudden, there's a lot of bickering and yelling that happened online over the course of the year.
That's the picture
People
from
kind of
Big
tell,
City?
like,
It wouldn't
can we
surprise
just
me.
move past this and just stop being each other's lives. And she feels like he's being manipulative. So let's just watch.
Destiny's therapist thought you're crazy?
I mean, no therapist would think someone's just crazy. Like,
Okay,
because
if they
people
thought
have
it-
reasons, because there's no such thing as, like, just being crazy for no reason. Like, people have reasons for being extremely upset about things, you know?
Do you think people have reasons for being schizophrenic? I mean, plenty of people are crazy for no reason. What do you mean? There's all sorts of delusion disorders.
I think that Percy's is way better than Jaipur in terms of Omaha Indian food. Bonus meme, what's your normal order at Culver's? I don't know if I like the super thick milkshake. I like your mom's thick ass toe. Woo yeah.
I've never actually been to Percy's. It sounds interesting. What's her normal order at Culver's? I don't know. It's got like a burger. There's some way of making burgers that's like really based, but I don't know how to describe like the type of, I don't know how to describe it. And I think Culver's does this, and I think Freddy's does this too. Hold on, let me look this up. It's like a certain type of... I don't know if it's just normal ground beef, but it's like smashed like more than normal. So you get like these crispy things at the edge that fry like really well in the grease. But like, holy shit, this type of stuff, the way that like this works is so good. I don't know why. Oh my God. It's like unbelievably delicious. Google smashed burger. Is that what it is? We need a new game, guys. I need to go pro in a game again, or ladder hero in a game. I have to get out of the whole politics, everything. This is rots my brain too much. Dude, oh, forethought remove this post? Damn, you should have just left it up. This shit is crazy to me. Oh my God.
Hey, shut the fuck up, Destiny Stan. You're a douche. Sorry to solidarity with being a target of DGG. Oh, thanks, Anna. That's kind. Yeah, Anna, I'm so sorry that I don't know how you found this stream, but I'm glad you're here, and I'm really sorry that that community is so fucking horrible. they've harassed me for an extremely long time, and it's actually astounding that that community has a presence on Twitch still. Like it's absolutely astounding.
Oh yeah, FYI, it is actually so weird to me that like I'm a very, very white person. Okay, now this might come as a surprise to a lot of you guys. So I'm very cool. Seems like I'm could be down with the hood and everything. You see me, you're like, that's definitely a guy with a lot of street cred. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm incredibly white. Okay, I'm incredibly white, and I have been for basically my entire life.
I feel like I've outpaced him intellectually.
Subbing again cause you got banned.
Wow, thanks,
Love
man.
you, buddy. PLs don't turbo spam league again.
Yeah,
Bonus meme. There was no bonus meme. Bonus meme. DGGL.
It wasn't until I started arguing with socialists on Twitch that everybody calls me a fucking gusano. It's actually crazy. I've never in my life have I had an experience of like, and it almost, maybe I'm being a little bit arrogant because it almost feels like a personalized racial slur because I didn't see people say this much until now. This is when people are like, well, actually, it's super common, blah, blah, blah. Like, holy shit. I feel like I feel like it got a lot of attention more when Hassan endorsed calling me racial slurs, basically. That was like a crazy thing. Jesus. But yeah, her, did you know what Gusano meant before socialist? No, I'd actually never heard that term in my life. Maybe my mom would have, but I'd never heard that in my life until, you know. Yeah, Bad Bunny's title for this stream was literally Gusano Simulator. Like, because it's, I guess this game is like a fake Cuba or whatever. Like, Jesus Christ.
Like it's absolutely astounding. Just know that this community is absolutely supportive of you.
Dude, imagine how absolutely out of your fucking mind you have to be to do this. God, I wish I could change the roles. That Bad Bunny is unironically supporting an insane fucking stalker just because she has such a hate boner for me. It's crazy, dude.
You've gotten into fights with D over in private over his treatment of you. Actually, that's so funny. Oh my god. I was gonna say because someone give it a sub to Anna. Thank.
I don't know if me and Anna ever talked about Bad Bunny. Oh, so every single time I would ever have like a public fight with somebody, Anna would be like, you know, you should never call people names or bully people. That's abuse or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So if maybe she's bringing that up, but it's like anytime I do it with anybody.
Thank you so much. Is it Anna or Anna?
Anna.
Fucked up.
I feel like I've outpaced
Thank you so much, Dane, for giving. Is it Anna or
DGG
Anna? I'm gonna
to
make
my favorite Gusano.
Thanks, bud.
sure I get it right. Anna, 1 or 2 Anna? One Anna. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ding, for gifting us up to Anna. That was really sweet. Thank you. Twitch is the home of craft and
Lord, $4.99. Frills and Bunny Fusion in order to take you down. Bad Frills. Eat a sense you bin, buddy, you're going to need it.
Wow.
DGG equals hackers, Harris's and your mom's panty pajama snatchers soy.
Good one.
toxicity, unfortunately. I mean, you saw the fucking, you saw the monthly sub amount leaks. He complained about you a ton to me in private. I'm sure he has. He and I used to date, so it's...
I don't know why Nicole keeps saying this cringe ass shit. I have never dated this insane fuck in my life. I don't understand why it's like so crazy to me. How many times did I hang out with her in real life? It was like 3 or 4 times I think I saw her. Right? Like, it wasn't more than 4 times. I don't even know if it was 4 times. It was like 3 or 4 times in my life I saw this person. I don't know why she keeps spreading this stupid fucking disgusting fuck rumor that we dated.
He and I...
Yeah, I didn't even call her princess. How is that fair?
He and I used to date, so it's. I guess he's really, really upset ever since I. Not interested.
What is the reframing of this? Is she trying to imply that she turned me down? Like, no offense, but this woman's life is like a shit show of pathetic sadness. Like, the idea that I would have been groveling for her, no offense, but like, I can and have done so much better. I'm sorry. Like, that reframing of like, oh yeah, Destiny was super pining after me and I turned him down. Motherfucker, I could probably ask you out right now and you would still say yes. That's how fucking desperate you are. Like, gee, you actually dated Mike for a while. And that was closer to real dating than anything than fucking me hanging out with you 2 or 3 times. Jesus Christ.
Anymore. Shut up, Nicole! Yeah, I don't think a lot of you know that, chat. I don't really talk about it because it's a kind of fucking cringe. Proteus? Anna is a psychology master's student. Maybe you could have her on for a Saturday or something. It'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm taking... So, chat, this Saturday...
She just wants to tickle your dick in bed and see if it gets hard so it doesn't... She can call you a gay boy. Yeah, seriously. The most annoying thing, too. Dude, I remember that after she had her... I volunteered to, first I said I would fly down and hang out with her if she wanted to, or she could come and have a place to stay after she had that huge thing with her mod. And this was even after this was even after I think we'd started fighting. And I was like, oh, I heard what happened to you. That was really shitty. Like, I still reached out to like, see if I could like, hey, are you okay or whatever? Fuck, dude. I waste so much of my like spirit on, on any of these fucking people. Oh my God, dude. No, I have a no new friends rule. No new white friends. It's always the white ones. Irrelevant and Stardust. Those are the only 2 new ones we're supporting. I'm sorry, Wicked Supreme. Aristocracy we can support, I think, because alt-writer said that Jewish people aren't white, so she's clear. Jesus Christ. It's like unbelievable, dude.
I'm our social, because I've been trying to do social Saturdays, Anna, in an effort to like stop hiding away from like the world, because I get harassed by so many people. It's just hard to sometimes want to like, you don't know who to trust anymore, and it, you know, you start to develop a little...
Leak the DMs? I don't even know what DMs would I even leak? Hold on, I'm trying to... I don't know how I have to open my DMs with her, and I don't know how to do it now because I think she blocked me. Did she ever join my Discord? It's so stupid how in Discord, if you've closed DMs with somebody, the only way you can open them again is to try to find like their name in a channel. So you have to do right-click message. It's actually so stupid. Holy shit. Oh, right-click message. Oh, found it. Wait, when did we actually start fighting a lot? I don't remember. I actually don't remember. Our entire existence is fighting. No, I'm trying to think of like when we started to like publicly hate each other. Why did you start fighting? She got mad because my community would attack her for all the crazy, stupid shit she was saying. Cherry was watching a super old call you two had on stream. She was talking so much about how she finds clingy guys annoying and that she's basically looking for a physical, non-romantic relationship. Now she thinks you two had an intimate relationship. Jesus, you were looping. Oh, nice. Fuck. I think we switched to talking in Twitter DMs because the last message I have with her is in like 2019, April 27th. She asked if I wanted to play Apex with her and Canute. So I must have switched to Twitter DMs, but I don't have access to those accounts anymore, so fuck me, rip. You can still access the message, I'm pretty sure. No, not when the account's been banned for a long enough time. Trust me, I'm an expert on being Twitter banned.
A lot of anxiety around it, but I'm trying to now finally like reach out to people.
Did Bad Bunny do politics before you met? Before we met, Bad Bunny was a gamer bro. Like, she was a huge Opie and Anthony stan. She was like, thought black people were gross, hated bisexual people. Like, that's who she would. Bad Bunny is like my prototype Frankenstein, somebody that I took from the right and pushed way too far to the left. She's like patient zero of that. Oh my god, dude, reading these messages is so cringe. Listen to what she's saying. So, oh, we must have been on a panel or something. February 2nd, 2019, maybe? Or maybe I'm just listening to something she's doing. So I say, Destiny, how's life been, matey? Bad Bunny, pretty good. I actually have somewhat of a social life right now. Destiny, oh, like real life friends in the area or mainly online stuff? Bad Bunny, like in real life. I'm kind of seeing a dude in a way where we're not technically dating, but we're pretty much dating. Destiny, does he live in Seattle? Bad Bunny, yeah. Destiny, oh shit, nice. Bad Bunny, I have such an aversion to the boyfriend/girlfriend label. What? But I guess not anymore. I get maybe that changed. Okay, so I don't know, just Jesus.
People again. So I've been doing these things called social Saturdays where I like have people on my stream and like hang out with them. I need to find easier ways for me to hang out with people. Right now I still feel like it's an interview and it makes me really nervous. But yeah, so that's what people are talking about. And I think it'd be cool to hang out sometime with you. You and me, hang out. Huh? Shut up. Welcome to Miami. Oh, wait, did you hear that? Welcome to Miami.
She broke up with that guy because he thought she was too mean, the same thing you accuse her of. Wait, what? Did that really happen? Do you know that?
Not Cuba, though. I'm sorry about what you went through with him, too. It's very difficult dealing with his rabid fan base and how he lies about you after to discredit you. Yeah, it's kind of like a cult.
How can she say I lie about her when every single thing that's happened between us has been public? What does Bad Bunny even accuse me of lying about? What the fuck?
It's disgusting. Thank you very much, Anna. That was very kind of you to say. That was very sweet.
It's like unreal, dude. Holy shit. It was the thing you mentioned where she'll joke with people, but it's actually really mean and sometimes people don't get it. Oh, she's either autistic or like ASPD or something. I don't know. She has like, I think I've told this story before where, so when me and Bad Bunny first started hanging out, she complained that, she had a really hard time getting new people to stay in her community. She said that people would come in and go out, and the only people that were in her community were simps. And I was starting to watch more carefully, like how she would interact with her community, how she would interact with her like friends in Discord and stuff. And at some point, I remember saying, I noticed this trend. So this thing would happen, okay? Somebody would be okay, she's playing a game and she's like, fuck, I suck at this. I like, must be because I have boobs. I just can't play games. And then like Simp One in chat would be like, that's it, Nicole. Like, girls suck at games. Simp 2 would be like, yeah, Nicole, like, leave it to the men. And then like some random viewer that was kind of in there would be, would say like, yeah, you should be in the kitchen making a sandwich. And then for some reason, she would see that guy and then she'd raise her focus on him. And she'd be like, what do you mean I should be in the kitchen making a sandwich? And the guy would be like, well, you know, because women suck at games, right? And the whole community would turn and razor focus on that guy until he was permabanned from it. And I watched this happen in her community over Feznet. Wait, did you used to be one of her fans? Because this would happen in her community over and over and over and over again. Doombug, I know you spent time in her chat, and I would go back afterwards. And I would try to talk to her in real life, and I was like, bro, you know that this guy, he wasn't trying to be a dick. Like, I remember telling her, we had this explicit conversation in real life. I told her, I do a lot of incredibly dry, incredibly sarcastic humor. I have very, very, very dry humor, more than almost anyone else I know. And I don't understand when you're joking. I can't tell. I super can't tell. So if I can't tell, like, there's no fucking way that your average viewer can tell. No one has any idea. And I remember that this got so crazy one time. So she was in her Discord and she started blowing up some dude in chat for making a joke or whatever. And she was going hard. And I was sitting across the table from her watching. I was like, yo, I don't think this guy is like, I don't think he's joking. Like, this guy's actually upset. And she's like, no, that's just how we play. You don't understand. And I'm like, okay. And later on when we were hanging out, I think after we got back to the hotel, she's like laughing. And I'm like, what's up? And she's like, look at this DM. And I'm like, okay. And that same guy DM'd her. And he was like, hey, Nicole, like, I can't tell when you're joking or not. Like, I feel pretty shitty. Like, I don't know why you're, like, I can't tell if I'm actually upsetting you. And she's like, he just messages me like this sometimes to play around. Like, he's just messing around. It's just really funny or whatever. And I'm like, I think this guy's actually just upset. I don't think there's any joking here, Nicole. I don't know how you can't fucking see this. But like, yeah, holy shit. She has a really hard time understanding. There's not. What am I, we might watch this later. I don't know if I. Does anybody say anything of value in this thread? These days, the defense cost of insulin in America, dude is a fucking joke, man. We should ignore him. He's been irrelevant. That I don't defend the cost of insulin. I'm just saying it's stupid when you say that all the new insulin is the same as the old insulin. Just stick to putting your dick in mentally ill women when everyone warns you not to, then spend a few months asking for daily news of that woman and pretend like you're completely innocent when you ghost her and she has a bad reaction. Afterwards, when Aristocrat defends you to your liking, throw your own wife under the bus for not being smart enough to do so. Holy shit, we have an advanced grade Destiny hater. Oh my god. While you're at it, why not ask your best friend Dan, who is Jewish, if he or his family ever lived in Israel? Holy shit, this guy took out the fucking bird shot. Your IRL stream with her was awesome. Her bully attitude doesn't work with you. Yeah, because I think I'm one of the few people that could actually like handle her insane personality, but most people can't. That's why you like people like Mike will like have breakdowns around her and stuff all the time. But to be fair, she has a really aggressive attitude. I wouldn't expect most people to be able to handle that. Most people can't handle being around me for a long time. Although I've moderated quite a bit over the past 10 years. Or mellowed, maybe I should say. Nothing for me to even talk about. What do we... What is this?
What?
Jesus Christ. Bad Bunny is like says I like abuse her. I don't know what the fuck that even means. Oh, Bad Bunny refers to me as her abuser sometimes. I don't know why.
What? What? The fuck? How? Like emotionally? Or?
I don't. I'm sorry, Bunny. This is humiliating to have to explain. Oh shit! Whoa, we actually have a real example of this happening. Okay, hold on. You guys gotta watch this shit. This is fucking funny.
Oh, she didn't mean you.
I don't think so there. She called me
meant
an
the other
abuser
guy.
earlier, whatever the fuck that means.
Like the one guy who like seriously fucked around. I don't remember his name. But,
I'm definitely out of the loop on something here, but
Turn the volume up. It's as high as it can go.
I don't want to pry. I understand it won't happen again. Yeah, I didn't even realize something bad happened. I feel like garbage. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know that. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, people will, oh, fuck. I'm, like, playing a fucking League game at the same time, so I'm not getting, like, a full... I'm going to Free Your Future tomorrow. When will you be speaking? Not until like
that
Saturday,
deep?
but I'm not going to be there at all. I'm going for my panel and then leaving. I don't want to be around any of you crazy fucking politics people or anything. Fuck all that shit. The whole world is disappointing garbage to me. But maybe you'll see me Saturday or something. Okay, I'm too lazy to watch this whole thing now. Do you get paid for the panel? I think they cover room and board, but otherwise no. I usually just do it because I like to do politics, but
Excited to see you in Nashville tomorrow. Best of luck in Music City.
thanks. What is it implying?
Next
I have
Level
no
African,
idea, honestly. I don't know.
$5. K Paso
Maybe some Jew
Miku
joke I made
Sego.
about you? I
We
don't
are
know.
taking it back. You feel that? Yay.
Yeah, like I'm anti-Semitic or something?
You say you won't support white people. What about Australians? To a lot of conspiracy theorists, we're not even real. Bonus meme. Where my Twitch chatters at?
Wait, is this true?
David
Hold on.
Pena, $10. I'm going to Free a Future tomorrow. When will you be speaking?
Bad Bunny said in stream her ex-boyfriends would eventually break down, and she said she was always disappointed with all men being pussies or some shit. Is that true? Holy shit. She's like omega fuck now, especially because she'll only talk to like ultra left-leaning people who are all fucking pussies too. So that's destined to be alone forever. Good luck. Why don't you do shit with Deepak anymore? Usually we just message each other when stuff is going on, but we don't like collaborate a ton. How do you think Vosh will act with you off camera? I don't know. I don't care. I don't plan to hang out there. Your Bad Bunny receipt list. What is this? Oh yeah, I started to document all the crazy shit. Whatever happened to this? Because she would say so much crazy, stupid shit about me, and I was like, I need to start documenting. Jesus Christ. Bad Bunny calls Destiny a despicable person and a hypocrite for deleting Trainwreck's hate threads, but not hers. I feel like I did moderate some of her threads. Destiny gish gallops and never defended me because he's scared of being a white knight. Destiny sided with white supremacists and engaged in Nazi apologia to troll the libs. Why do people still like him? Also, his community doxes people. Holy fuck. Since many just got in here, what is the thoughts and feelings around the bad? What is the bad? More than just it feels bad, since I assume you have more thoughts on it. Oh, the ban maybe? Oh, I mean, it sucks. I don't know. We'll see what my reply is to my fucking... to my appeal. Who knows? What's got you on the I hate politics world train again? I don't hate... I just hate everybody that's in it. I feel like nobody cares about any of the issues. I feel like all the conversations are just ridiculously stupid. I feel like... You know what I think one of the biggest, like, black void pill fucking things for the politics shit, honest to God, was watching fucking Lauren Southern and Lance debate over the indigenous issues thing. I think that was probably, like, the archetypal lefty function on the internet. Like, this is a guy who is, like, building his fucking stream on the backs of, like, tuberculosis dead native children, trying to get clout on shows, you know, gassing up his Twitter, trying to farm their fucking corpses on YouTube, doing everything that he could to, like, get as much social capital off the backs of these dead kids. And then when he finally has the chance to have a conversation about it with a conservative, he knows nothing. He actually knows nothing.
Dog eat dog, $5. Twitch is gonna go the same way as Tumblr, crash and
I actually
ban.
can't imagine how embarrassing it would be to have gotten so much blow up on an issue that you know absolutely nothing about. That blew my mind. I can't believe it. Yeah, and he looked smug doing it the whole time. If Vosh reaches out to make amends, would you be willing to do it? Or are you done with Vosh for good? I don't usually hold grudges. We can be chill, but like me and Vosh will have like another destructive fight in like 2 months. He's that type of person that is like clout focused, aesthetic over like information. We're destined
Todd
to do battle
Sullivan,
forever. I'll never
$5.
be friends with this person long term. I just can't do it. I can't handle it. Are you gonna do any prep work for the debate? I don't even know what the debate is over. I think it's gonna be more philosophy than anything else. Because isn't it just like free markets versus government intervention? It's gonna be like some shit like that. I don't know like what research I can do for that. Like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be a very fruitful conversation, or it's just gonna be like all of it is gonna be really vague with all of us kind of monologuing the audience. YouTube video of the debate with Tristan shouldn't have his PhD. Wait, is it what? Yeah, I don't think he is a PhD. No way.
$5. At Destiny, I am a freshman in college and we just started really debating in classes. What are some tips?
Just make sure you figure out. You have to memorize all the logical fallacies and point them out every single time you see them. Right-wing PhD. Oh my god. Oh. To be clear, August. If you know, you know. Oh, is this supposed to be like an ass dildo thing? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Speaking of ass dildo thing, holy shit. Don't look for these if you haven't already. But that like that Russian prison torture stuff, Jesus fucking Christ. Big yikes. Apparently, well, not apparently, but videos were leaked from a Russian. If you link this in my chat, if you don't watch shit like this, you're gonna get fucking scarred. But there's just like crazy videos leaked from like prison torture shit in Russia, and all in the comment sections. Did they really use a broom? I don't think it was a broom. I think it was like a specific like anal fucking torture device. It was like unreal. It was super fucking crazy. The crazy shit was all the kids in the Reddit threads were like, oh yeah, like this is just like what we have to deal with in America. And I'm like, bro, you're fucking insane. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
I mean, you're right, but you got to admit that also Lance didn't look very good in the panel versus Lauren TF bonus meme. The Rift is calling white people happy.
Wait, what? I don't understand. Didn't the Tristan guy claim to have 7 PhDs? If he said that, I just ignored it because I thought that he was just memeing. Wait, did anybody take that seriously?
In my country...
What is this? Hold on.
In my country, I was in jail 4 years. In my country, this is not prison. This is nothing. I don't need money. I don't need fucking canteen. I don't need you. Выпонимается, gangbanger.
Alright, I feel that, but Avon over there, he thinks you might be able to help get a message to the Greeks, to Vandas.
I feel like I've outpaced him intellectually.
I mean,
The
saying
rift
is
is
you don't need
silent.
my money. Vondas might be happy to have it. If you don't want to see me, he won't. But if you do, it's you that made it happen.
West wing, let him go for wreck. E3 and E4, F1.
Garrett Pulka, $5. Today at the bank, an old lady asked me to help check her balance. So I pushed her over.
You think it's rude to do a sexual opener on Tinder? Everyone has something that's very disrespectful. What? Hold on, I have to read this. This guy opens with, "Hey, doggy or missionary?" She says, "Big talk from someone with chicken legs." He says, "Whoa, I'm an athletic person. I bet you 100 quid I'll beat you at any sport possible." Okay. I think using sexual openers is more respectful because at least you know what the person wants right up front. If you're not into it, then you just fucking block them and move on. It's fucking Tinder.
Oh my god, I'm playing this game all fucking week. Except tomorrow I gotta play fucking Runestone. Don't ask why. Just don't ask. don't ask. But the second I'm done, I'm getting back on. The money was that good? Yeah. You know everybody has a price? Well, that was mine. Oh my god, I'm playing this game all...
Jagex canceled Mango's sponsor to play. Wait, really? Damn. Oh wait, does Mango even play? No. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about fucking I don't know anything about names or people. Sorry. I was thinking Bodhi. Bodhi's a RuneScape player. Oh, Mango is not a RuneScape player at all, right? What the fuck do you think? Yeah, Mango, yeah. What does Jagex expect to happen? You know you can order a Red Bull from Uber Eats, your Red Bull. Yeah, but I think I have to leave in like 3 hours of my flight, so I don't give a fuck, dude. If I Uber Eats a Red Bull to me, first of all, I'm gonna pay like $10 for a Red Bull, and secondly, it's not even gonna be cold. It's gonna be like lukewarmish cold, cool. It's gonna be cool. Do you think that Pedro guy from the crew talking about religion? No, fuck no. Maybe I would. That guy seems to ground out his stuff though in like religious history. So if we had an argument, I'd have to legitimately go through and like dig up like the validity of like historical claims made by scripture and shit. And that's a debate I don't think I've had for like a decade or more. Oh man, that's a like atheist debate that I haven't gone through a long time. I would feel so shitty if someone who I was friends with started talking shit about me constantly. It seems like you're built differently and people are pretty cruel. People are crazy, dude. Everybody's just so crazy in this world. It bothers me on two levels. So on an empathetic level, it seems like it should be hard to like be shitty to somebody who's been nice to you. I would imagine that that's like the case. Like I don't usually like to be mean to people that are nice to me. That seems to be the case. But then even on an intellectual level, it doesn't make sense because at the very least, you should see that there's enough to gain by being friendly with me that you would fake being nice to me, even. Like, I gassed up Haz's streams and Zerka's streams so much. Why would you go so hard and turn on me? It doesn't make any sense. I can understand if I'm a smaller streamer and you're just looking to churn and burn content or whatever. But, like, I don't know. I feel like I did quite a bit for both of these people, so... Wicked Supreme. After much debate, I've decided to identify as a socialist. This comes with a new and widely accepted definition of socialist, which means you get to contract labor out to the cheapest bidder, make all the money you want, do no activism, but claim you want higher taxes. I like how the whole I like how the
Lawson Harrison,
Hold on.
$5. After you left the debate, Tristan said on the Crucible stream that he has a PhD in bigotry, exact word.
Nice. I like how we can get rid of exploitation of labor by just contracting and segmenting society more. That's really funny to me. Like, Hassan is not exploiting anybody's labor because he's not, like, technically an employee or part owner. Like, the people that are doing the labor to make his work necessary, there's, like, a separation there of, like, a different business, so it's okay. Which I think is really funny. But I don't. It's whatever. Fuck it, dude.
Garrett Pulka, $5. What do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller.
Nice, true.
Fucking week. Except tomorrow I gotta play fucking Runestone. Don't.
Oh, fuck. Was he actually sponsored to play the group Iron Man? Oh, shit. I thought Jagex had, like, a new game, like a card game or something. It's called Runestone. Oh, but he was actually talking about RuneScape. Okay, well, Jesus. Someone good doesn't inadvertently exploit the cogs of Amazon Twitch stream that someone else will. True. Instagram banned her for having the name Squid Game before the show. I think so many people have been trying to log into my account or reporting it, Squid Game, that Instagram banned me. Very not cool. Nice. Every time I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. Every time I see the phrase Squid Game, every single time, all I hear in my head is, I'm a squid now, I'm a kid now, I'm a squid now, I'm a kid now. I just hear it over and over and over and over and over again. I'm a squid, I'm a kid, I'm a squid, I'm a kid. Whatever that fucking game was.
Okay, babies. So I think I might have messed up. There's a lot of, like, with NFTs, like buying and selling and stuff, you get a lot of, like, jumbled information and you just gotta decide what you're gonna do. Maybe people who are more experienced don't have that problem. I'm still pretty new. And I've been excited about getting into Mechaverse and trying to get the NFTs. I didn't think I was gonna get them or it was gonna be possible to win them. And So I had plans. My mother was supposed to pick me up at 5 o'clock exactly when the raffle started. So I was like, just going to wait to see if I won and then go. So 5 o'clock, I click the button and it says 35-minute countdown. I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, fuck, I got to change my plans. I told her, like, I'll take an Uber and meet everybody. So I'm just laying my fat ass on the bed and bam, you win. And I'm like, oh shit, I fucking won. Oh my God, I won. So I mint my...
Why did God make prostate orgasms possible?
Ask your mom.
My two Mechaverses, McAfee. And I'm just in different Discords and I'm just like kind of feeling it out. And a lot of people are just saying like, yo, it's a quick flip, it's a quick flip. I know I have to make my own decision, but I have these two really, really hyped up things, and I've seen a lot of stuff get revealed and then just drop in price big time. So I was like, man, like, okay, yeah, I think this is the move. I gotta get an Uber. I should just sell it, get in an Uber, and be like, I won some money because of it. And I sold, and you know, I sold for way cheaper than it's going now. You know, half an hour later, I sold for like 3.9. I still made a lot of money on it, and that's fucking pretty cool. But I think, you know, I might have made a mistake, and maybe I
Sold for 3.9 what? Million or thousand or
should have held them, or maybe I should have sold them for the gold.
oh. Oh, who the fuck cares? I thought this was like some huge, massive fucking trade.
Going rate now if I was a little bit more patient. But anyway, I probably made a mistake, but
Oh my god, dude, he has such a horrible mind for investing. Holy shit. Everything man, dude, someday we should just talk. We should just have like a day on stream where we talk about like poker odds or whatever, or like understand like what's a good decision, what's a bad decision, how do you realize what a good decision or bad decision is. One of the least intuitive things in the world is you should never, ever, 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 you should never judge how good a decision was based on the outcome. You never do that. And that is the most intuitive way that humans do evaluate if a decision was good or bad. How did it turn out? Oh, if it turned out good, it was a good decision. If it turned out bad, it was a bad decision. These two things are completely disconnected. They have nothing to do with one another. You should never have to see the outcome of a decision to know if it was a good or bad decision. Oh man, if you don't understand that concept, then you shouldn't be investing like risky shit. You should never ever ever do it. Just go do something else, or go read or learn about like expected value is a really good place to start, just to get like, and I don't even know a lot. I'm not trying to say like I'm an expert on this, but I'm just saying that like when you start to mind fuck yourself over like, oh God, like it went up after I sold. It's like, okay, yeah, you didn't know that. What was the information you had at the time? Was it reasonable for you to ever make a decision that was different, right? You're completely gambling at this point. Like, why are you beating yourself up over something that you had no control over? It's such a horrible mindset. It is such a horrible mindset to try to evaluate if a decision was good or bad based on the fucking outcome. Oh my God.
I need to address something first, okay? This is really annoying. No, I mean, most people in chat are fine. People say I'm like stealing questions, like copying people's content. I did a dating show with my sister over a year ago, okay? We invented this whole dating show shit. And when
Wait, did she say sister, or did I just make that up? Hold on.
people's content. I did a dating show with my sister over a year.
Oh, I did a dating show with my sister.
Year ago, okay? We invented this whole dating show shit. And one of our always default questions asking if they want to get pegged, right? And it's crazy because the girl who asked that question now, you guys know who I'm talking about. I brought her into my stream before when...
Why do streamer... just say the name or shut the fuck up. Say the name or shut the fuck up. Say the name or shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
And she had like less than 1,000 viewers, right? We're doing a girls podcast, brought her in. She left because she said I was being too vulgar. And her chat was basically talking shit about me, saying I was...
Yeah, no, she's talking about Cutebot. But like, just say it. Just say the name. Everyone knows who you're talking about.
And then now she does the same thing I do, and she's even more vulgar. So I think it's just really hypocritical and rude as fuck. Yeah, I brought her on my show, my stream, when she had like no viewers. And I don't know, the fact that like her whole stream was like, yeah, Caitlin's so annoying. She's like saying this. Yeah, and she's like literally saying my fucking questions. That is so annoying. I need to address something first, okay? This is really annoying.
Only you and the mods of this community can see this. Oh, fuck. Leaked. People keep saying that I should have like fucking 2K research after like 50 years or some shit. How do you guys pump your research up so much? I usually take all the research like things, and then generally on Earth, I'll build research labs and do an assist. I don't understand how people are saying they're doing shit that's getting so much more research. Research facility plan. Yeah, I know, but like you can't get that shit like in 20 years. You can't research that like immediately. Like that shit takes time to build. People literally go full pacifist, isolationist, 100% research. Oh, maybe. If you like just rush that and you don't do it, maybe. Failed to defend Hassan's house the last few seconds of this video.
Hassan, who many people know outrageously owns a house, tweeting. I love that I was able to say that with a straight face.
Outrageously owns a house, tweeting. See how much showing whatever infrastructure we're going to pass? I don't know. Probably, hopefully, maybe. How do you get into Factorio? I didn't find it as engaging as Dyson Sphere. Really? 10 out of 10 Stellaris meme you won't understand.
This is a square. Can you guess which spot that goes in?
The square.
How is this a Stellaris meme?
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes. Okay.
And how about this rectangle? That one
Also the square.
It goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got this thin rectangle.
The thin
Can
rectangle.
you guess where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the square hole. And up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
the square hole. Now, we've also got this semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
The semicircle.
Semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Okay. Up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Triangle.
That's right. The square hole. And up next, we have the arch.
The arch. The arch.
You guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole.
Good one. Where does sewer socialism go? The square hole. True. I can get to 1.5 to 2K research by year 20 to 75 by having devoted nearly all of my economy to research. I have a minimalist military until I need to fight someone. I have to restart because my last run died again. I think I got a crisis and I just wasn't ready. I'm still learning the war okay. Some of the aspects of Stellaris, I feel confident enough that I can say they are objectively dog shit. Like, the game needs to be fixed, but it's probably too old now, they don't care, okay? Neutral parties occupying stuff that you have claimed is actually broken
Daniel
and
Rose,
stupid.
$4.99.
Why?
Hey Destiny, now that Biden has surpassed Trump in COVID deaths, are we holding him to same standard and blaming him for all the deaths like you did Trump?
Yes, you're actually so ingenious. You got us. This gets fucked. I can get 1 point. Okay, hold on. My game is fucked because I think these guys, somebody did something and my shit is about to get fucked. I don't remember where. Oh, these guys broke out and they have huge fleets. Where is it? I don't remember. But okay, regardless. So like I've gone to war with these guys, okay, up here. And okay, now who do you think this is? If I were to ask chat, how do I figure out who these people are here? What would you say in chat, my Stellaris pros? You guys would probably be like, "Oh, you need to click the thing." Wrong. That's not them. That's not them. That's not them. No. This is another person that's coming and occupy their shit. So I declare war on them, and I have to, just so that I can move through this fucking territory, right? Because my whole army is stuck here. So I have to declare war on them. But they're not the Delphacan, okay? They are the Rekthar Confederacy. So now that I've declared war on the Rekthar people, I can't actually take any fucking land because it's all being held by another fucking entity. So this neutral party that is not involved in me or the war to the other person that's doing their own thing has completely fucked me. So it's like, it's this, and there is, I tried Googling this, see if other people like had complained about this, and there is no fix to this. You're just fucked. Apparently in EU4, neutral parties don't count towards like occupying shit. It removes it, so they fixed it a little bit. But yeah, this is so cucked that I can't like actually, if I want to come through and take any of this guy's shit, now I have to declare war on this guy who's way more fucking scary, because it seems like he's never going to end his war with this dude. And it's like so irritating. Holy shit. Are they in a federation? No, they're enemies. They're at war with each other, I think. So if I click Delthan or whatever, he's fighting the Rekthar people. So he's fighting them too. But I went to war first, but then he came through and he started picking up all this shit. And it's like, bro, hold on. I have fucking claims on all of this, but I can't exercise any of my claims at all because your dumbass party is sitting there. I don't even know if he's claimed this shit. This is fucking annoying. What is the solution? I think the solution is to just go to war with people before dumb shit like this happens, or only declare war on the winning side. I should have declared war on this guy so that I could go through his territory and mop shit up. Or you have to be ready to go to war with everybody or whatever. It's so stupid. It's such a dumb mechanic. I hate it. Ugh. The reason Hassan asked for reimbursement. Uh-oh. This is an issue in all Paradox games. Destiny, I'm sorry, but why is that stupid? He has occupied the land, so it is his temporarily. Does that not make sense? Here's what's stupid, okay? Let's say that I'm here, and let's say there's another faction here, and then let's say there's the God faction here, okay? Now, let's say that I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go to war. I'm going to extend my borders right here, and I'm going to fuck you up, okay? Now, let's say that I go to war, and I'm like, oh, let's go to war, okay? Let's go to war. And it's like, okay, and then we do it. And then let's say that right before I get my ships to start going through, this guy up here is like, yeah, that actually sounds cool. Let's go to war. I'm going to claim this, that, and that. Yeah. Now, the problem is that this guy's exhaustion almost never goes up because he's not losing anything. This guy is fucked, so he's at like perma exhaustion. This guy hasn't made any claims, so he doesn't actually want to keep any of this territory. He doesn't give a fuck. But now I can't claim anything, even though I'm winning my war. Like, I can get this guy to 100% exhaustion, but I can't claim any of this land because this stupid fuck is AFKing armies on it. And it's like, okay, well, fuck you. At least if he were to claim the land and steal it, then at least maybe I could go to war with him for it. But he's just like sitting his armies here doing nothing. This is like some fucking NATO shit. It's fucking crazy. In his video crying about my house and income, Ben Shapiro said, is a worker not entitled to the fruits of his labor as a talking point in support of capitalism in the most productive terms that is literally the core of socialism? Okay. So you can't go to war with that guy? I could go to war with that guy, but that guy's way stronger.
You should be transparent about the figures from your YouTube sponsors, donors to show that this league really does show most of your income. Why? Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that for you? Look at the way that people are fucking literally losing their shit. Now you're like, it's not enough that you were transparent on your fucking Twitch revenue already. What sponsors, motherfucker? I had a sponsor last night. That's it.
How much did it pay? Oh, shit. How long was it?
Turns out he has more than you. I know he has more than me, dude. He's fucking mogul moves, dude. But even then, I'm not going to get the fucking reimbursement. It doesn't matter, dude. I was literally asking to see if, like, they had successfully raised enough money to fucking pay themselves back for the massive event that they put together.
Bro, why? Why are you doing this? All right, no more sign links. Why would you say something? I don't know. Jesus Christ, these people are stupid. Hassan was on the front page of Twitch during this too? Seriously? Jesus.
It's not my fault that women find me irresistible. It's not my fault that, you know, I can so effortlessly get the attention of women without having to talk to them. It's not my fault that people look at me and they just love me.
Nothing is more sad than people that project alpha male shit, but you can tell that their entirety of their self-esteem is built on their ability to, like, get women to like them. It will always be the the infinitely hilarious paradox of the incel warrior to simultaneously fucking hate women and deride them as sluts and whores and bitches, but also simultaneously derive all of your, like, everything, all of your value, all of your self-worth on the affirmation of said horrible women. Like, Jesus.
You know?
If your claim is stronger than the other dudes, you'll get territory after the war no matter who is occupying the territory. That's why you can stack claims on systems. If you have the same claim strength as someone else, the older claim is stronger. Oh, is that what the point of stacking claims is? It's still annoying as fuck. I would have to go through and look. I'm playing as a mega corporation. I haven't even won a. I haven't won any Grand Admirals yet. Have you touched on the Dave Chappelle backlash at all? No, because I haven't seen any of the jokes yet. It's hard to tell when people are. I don't know when people are mad at the jokes, if they're good to be mad at or not, because people don't even listen to the jokes. I don't know. This is a good read from the dev explaining why the game's AI is so bad. It's really dumb, but Grand Admirals just lets the AI cheat and so many resources. How old is this? Is there actually a good AI mod? I want to beat it on Grand Admiral at least one time, vanilla. StarNet AI mod makes the AI actually good. Is it, will it let me get achievements still, or is that a no achievement one? So too soon to begin the climb down from Mount Ivermectin. Why don't you call your friends and talk? This is weird to watch. What? What's up, Darius? Oh, nice. We got another hate email from Pascal congratulating us on our ban. Least obsessed Destiny hater. Thank you. Oh, here he's listing the benefits of me being banned. Far less supply when it comes to people to stalk, harass, and abuse for you and your enablers. No panels dedicated to your manipulation, abuse, and grooming. Far less young and or vulnerable women available for you to groom. Everyone's overall being goes up as a result. Jesus. Maybe you can find an ice pick and poke around in that lizard brain of yours to dig out whatever helped make this a reality. Have you ever met a hate of yours in real life? I don't think so. Rate this Jordan Peterson take.
Your lawyers free you. How did that happen?
This is not easy because they had to prove that I was innocent. That was like mission impossible because they have to show the government I'm innocent. The burden is not on the government. And I say this very frankly and very straight. The problem with the crime they call terrorism is that it's very political, very politicized, and especially in my part of the world, I can speak to that. It's used to oppress peaceful, mostly peaceful political dissent and to crush them and to people who don't like just to put them in prison because they could be your political rivals. Unfortunately, this playbook of the dictatorial regime in the Middle East and authoritarian regime was copied in Guantanamo Bay, and they just say you're terrorist because when someone says you're terrorist, everything could be done against you, and there is no definition. And I have big problem with that. I don't think that philosophically in a democracy, terrorism should be a crime. Terrorism in a democracy cannot be a crime because one, it's not clearly defined. Terrorists in Canada are not terrorists in Egypt. Terrorists in Egypt are not terrorists in Saudi Arabia. Terrorists in Saudi Arabia are not terrorists in Palestine and Israel, etc., etc. But a murderer is a murderer because same thing in Canada, in the US, in Mauritania. If you kill someone, that's a crime, and it can be proven very easily. But you could be a terrorist in Egypt, and as soon as you get to Canada, you're a good citizen. And second, it's used for political purposes and political oppression, and it's used to punish people en masse. I can give you an example. Just a few months ago, the Houthi in Yemen were a terrorist group. And then now they are not terrorist group anymore. What kind of justice is that?
Nice. I mean, it's kind of true. The whole everything about the word terrorist is like fucked. Like I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, anytime you call somebody a terrorist, you spend more time in you spend more time arguing about like what like terrorism means. Like we've had the same debate on my stream before. Like, what does it mean to be a terrorist, right? Was it Wicked Supreme? I don't remember. I don't want to claim him of having a different opinion. Somebody came on to try to argue it, and they were like, well, no, look, there's a clear definition or something. And it's like anytime somebody tries to harm people for like a political or social or religious end or something. And it was like, okay, well, was it Pisco? And it's like that is almost every single thing ever, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a hard one. Yeah, I don't know. Here's another subreddit that's absolute garbage. Yo! I'm gonna be real right now, okay? I'm gonna be real. Pistachios without their shells hit different in a bad way. You should always get the shelled pistachios. I don't know why. Maybe like eating like 12 of them in your mouth at the same time is not good, and that's what you do when you reach into a bag full of... You get the salt from the shell, and then you pick up the green shit, and it's salted perfectly. Maybe.
Dog eat dog, $5. The rich lefties should feel obligated to live a life of moderation, and donate to their cause. Since that is what they are pushing for everyone.
I feel like I've outpaced him intellectually.
Freeze our wins.
Oh fuck, I have this guy
feel like
blocked.
I've
But I can still retweet this guy? I can retweet this guy while I have him blocked? That's crazy. That's awesome. I have half and half iced tea and lemonade. Does this have caffeine in it? If it's iced tea, does iced tea have caffeine? Yes? Oh. Is there a way to tell how much? $24 grams of added sugar. Holy shit. Based. Check ingredients. I'm looking at the site. I don't know. I don't know if this has caffeine in it. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, it says light. Does light mean no caffeine? I don't know. You're about to drink a Red Bull? How much sugar does a Red Bull have in it? $37 grams of sugar. God damn. That's some... We're loading up on the simple carbs. Holy shit. Am I going to Tennessee? I don't know, to debate Vaush. My layover is 24 minutes. Do you think I have time to get to my next flight? Oh, which airport is it? I don't remember. I think it's Arizona, Phoenix. Aren't Tennessee's COVID numbers were pretty bad? I have no idea. I'm good. I flew out of ATL and the plane departed late. My flight in Phoenix left early, leaving me for a whole day in Phoenix. Your flight left early? I've never heard of a flight leaving early before. If everybody's not checked in. That's crazy. You know there's sugar-free Red Bull, right? I don't think I care that much. I only think about sugar in terms of before workout. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck. As long as you're not, like, eating too much? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I should care more. Watch the Eben Preach video before you leave? Sure. Link me up. Link it to me again. Do you like coffee? Fuck no. You should avoid sugar like the plague. If you're doing a workout, if you eat complex carbs 2 to 3 hours before a workout, it's okay. If you have a mix, it's like an hour before. But if you're going to work out very soon, I think you can eat a lot of simple carbs, and it's nice so that you have like energy through your workout. So like really nasty, dirty sugars, like candy bars and shit, like whatever is like the rawest, purest fucking sugar, like 30 minutes to an hour before workout, I think is okay. What's complex carb? Simple carbs are like sugars, or sugars with like one thing attached that are broken down incredibly quickly. Fuck, I don't remember that. I always read about this and I forget it. Complex carbs are sugars that have more chains attached. So like fiber and starch are considered complex carbs. White bread is not considered a complex carb. I think white bread is considered like simple carbs. Like whole grain wheat and stuff is more complex because it takes longer for it to break down. The nice thing about simple carbs is when you eat them, they're digested immediately. The body doesn't have to do any work to break it down. It's like the sugar is made available immediately. Your glycogen stores get all full and your insulin rises and you have energy immediately. But because it's consumed so quickly or digested so quickly, the simple carbs leave you hungry very soon after because you eat it, you break it down, and it's boom, it's done. But if you eat complex carbs, they take a little bit longer to break down in the body. They'll provide you with more sustained energy, but later. But like if you eat a whole bunch of like complex carbs and then you go to work out, you're gonna be like, you're not gonna have any energy unless you wait like a couple hours. It just depends on the timing of it, I think. And then generally speaking, usually foods with complex carbs are healthier than foods with simple carbs. Not because it's complex or simple, but just because of the nature of the types of foods that tend to have those things. What's in Tennessee? Yeah, your mom. She's the only 10 I see. 10 dicks in her ass. You wish more plates, more dates. No, I have not. I heard you need to wait about an hour for complex carbs kicking in. I've heard it's 2 to 3 hours if you eat like a bunch of complex carbs, but that might be wrong. I know it's more than an hour at least, but.
No!
Directly, stop interjecting. Shut up. Shut up.
Okay, chill.
No!
Okay, a bit of context. The individual in question, and this woman whose name is Anna, had a brief hookup relationship type of thing, and then they ended up breaking it off. And then all of a sudden, there's a lot of bickering and yelling that happened online over the course of a year. He's been kind of just telling like, yo, can we just move past this and just stop being each other's lives? And she feels like he's being manipulative. So let's just watch.
Destiny's therapist thought you're crazy?
I mean, no therapist would think someone's just crazy, like,
Okay,
because
if they
people
saw
have
this
reasons, because there's no such thing as, like, just being crazy for no reason. Like, people have reasons for being extremely upset about things, you know?
Would you ever forgive him after all this, or you never?
Wait, hold on, real quick. Somebody said, if you're only concerned with losing fat, what kind of exercise do you do? There's two big things you want to do if you're trying to lose fat, unironically. Number one, stop eating simple carbs. Get rid of almost all of them, okay? And you cut out, like, most of your shitty food. Number two, restrict your eating to a certain time window. Don't eat after 10 o'clock. Don't start eating until 12 o'clock. You do those two things, you will lose weight. Almost guaranteed, okay? Those two things, almost guaranteed, all right? Simple carbs are the devil, all right? You will eat thousands of calories of horrible fucking food without realizing it. So get rid of simple carbs and then, like, restrict your eating to a certain window. If you do those two things over the course of, like, a month, you will lose weight. Also, third top secret hidden thing, okay? When you go on a diet, immediately, you're going to lose 5 pounds. You didn't really lose 5 pounds, okay? You're just not eating garbage as much. Your sodium levels are following, so your body is not retaining as much water to, like, hold on to, like, its osmotic balance or whatever. Those 5 pounds that you lose in the beginning are all water weight. You haven't lost shit yet. So when you go 1 week and you lose 5 pounds and the next week you gain, like, 2 pounds and you're like, oh, it's not working. It is working. You just haven't actually burned any fucking fat yet on the first week, okay? Your goal is always to lose about 1 pound a week, all right? 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. 500 calorie deficit a day is good. Don't do more than that because you're going to fuck yourself. 500 calorie deficit a day, 3,500 calories a week, 1 pound of fat a week, 4 pounds of fat a month. In a year, you can lose like fucking 50 pounds, okay? That's your goal, 48 pounds, okay? Slow and steady wins the race. Lifestyle changes, not crash diets, because you will die in a video game.
Never forgive.
Of course, I want to forgive him so badly. It's just hard when, like, he doesn't really seem sorry and stuff.
I'm not worthy of your forgiveness, okay? I just want to move on publicly and privately.
But Steven, don't you feel bad? You said you felt bad. Steven, we both know that you're not, like, you're not incapable of remorse or empathy. Like, I've said this, like, many times.
Okay.
I've defended you about this.
Why do women love cold men?
I don't like being treated coldly and callously. It hurts me very much. It hurts most people.
Okay, Anna, what would it take?
But I know Steven's not like that. He's
Anna,
shown he is very sensitive and kind.
Anna, what would it take for us to not talk privately or publicly anymore? What would it take for
And
that
I'm
to
not
happen?
manipulative at all. I don't understand how I'm manipulative.
Dude, when she just keeps rattling on without answering any of my questions, it makes me feel crazy. Holy shit.
Why do you say all these, like, horrible, hurtful things? Like, it seems like you don't understand that, like...
Okay, this never ends. You see, we've been on the same, like...
it ends. You're almost there.
Because you're not showing any empathy. You're not saying, like, yeah, I understand how this hurt you, and I feel bad. Like, don't you feel...
Anna, I understand.
You just don't care at all.
Anna, I do care.
You just don't care.
Anna, I care. I'm sorry. The public abuse has been bad, and the public bad statements have been bad, and my community harassment has been bad. That's why I deleted all the posts on my subreddit. That's why we tried to stop talking about you for a long time, okay? We're all trying to move on. We're all trying to heal and move on, okay? From the pains that I have caused on my own, okay? How do we do that? How do we move on?
So, are you being serious?
Yes.
But, like, just a few moments ago, you were saying that, like, you didn't... Even you told me that you understood that stonewalling and stuff was abusive. Like, you understood that. And now you're going back on it. This is what makes it so confusing.
Oh, God. Sorry, real quick. What is a simple carb? Simple carb, simple sugars. If it looks really fucking good, it's probably simple carb. Candy bars, sugary drinks, stuff that says like sugars on your thing, I think are like simple carbs usually.
I don't know what else to do. You could try asking her, but it seems like no matter what I propose or what I say, there is no way to ever move on from this. Like,
so what?
No, it's not that, Steven. Please
White bread?
stop acting like. Please stop talking about Liam like I'm just some crazy person.
Anna, I
Steven,
just asked you like 3 times in a row, what do we do to move on from this? You're not giving me an answer.
I just told you. I said to show remorse and empathy.
And I said I'm sorry, and I understand that you have a lot of pain.
You
over what's
really?
happened.
Thank you.
Anna, what more can you fucking want from me? You can't probe my fucking brain with a fucking electrode and figure out like if I'm being sincere or not. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I'm being empathetic. I know that it sucked. I've been harassed online too. I've had people fuck with me. It's bad. Okay, it sucks. I'm sorry. But now we have to move on.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Steven.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, now we're moving on. We're not publicly or privately communicating anymore. Yes?
If that's what you want, yeah.
No! 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 You just fucking made me watch nerd drama. Nerd Days of Our Lives here. For this bullshit. Making a thing out of a thing that's not a thing. If that's what you want, bitch, you don't. Oh, wow. That was annoying. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. It's not real problems. You with the dude, you're not with the dude. You thought he was the man of your life. He's not. Move on. Stop talking to the dude. Show empathy. Shut the fuck up. Move the fuck on. I thought he was about to be the man of my... He's not. Next. You're wasting time here. Fuck. Don't you have like a fucking Comic-Con to go to? Shit. Prep your next costume for Okutakon or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's called TwitchCon.
I don't give a fuck.
Hell.
Jesus Christ. That's not real problems.
Can I appreciate
You guys ain't got shit. You ain't got shit to do in your lives. You guys are bored.
True.
Bored. You're bored. That's not a thing.
But you see what I was saying earlier?
Yeah.
About how, like, they don't want the dynamic to end.
No, they don't.
They want conflict because there's an emotional connection.
Because that's the only thing that's gonna get them there. That's gonna keep the connection. Okay, we don't have the love. We don't have the hate. The only thing we have is conflict. So let's keep that alive. No, boo boo, your cat is dead or your dog is dead. Whatever, it's dead. Okay, it's dead. It's fucking dead.
Hell.
Stop.
All right, let's keep going.
And after that, we want a resolution. Let's move on past from this. Let's knock them in. Well, okay, if that's what you want. If that's what you want, wow.
But I mean, you know, it's always been different in private.
Okay, that is what I want. I think it's public for the world and for you and for everyone. And God is an atheist is my witnesses. And Naruto or whatever.
And you say different things in private then. Yeah, but then you say different things in private.
And she brings it back. Yo, that shit.
Yeah.
That shit.
Yes.
Nerd ass drama.
Yes, this person got blocked on multiple platforms, found a different platform to still contact, started publicly posting about it. It's like, nigga, yeah.
Okay.
Some people, I promise you this, on my mama,
on your mama.
Some motherfuckers out here, they need to be connected, and so they don't give a fuck about how they do it. They will hold a motherfucker hostage emotionally by just constantly seeking out problems. Why? Because let me tell you guys, I'm gonna put you guys on some game. Imagine there's a spectrum, okay? And if on one end there's love, on the opposite end, it's not hate.
Nope, it's crazy.
It's a difference. It's indifference.
But close. But
no,
hate.
If love is here, hate is like right there.
No, hate is right down the other
How
side.
many times have you said you hated a bitch and y'all was fucking afterwards in a relationship? Or how many times you about to break up with somebody and then y'all turn it around and y'all back together? It can flip.
But indifference is
once
right there.
you're indifferent, now you win a different ball game.
On your mama.
So you have to understand, even though she's saying all these negative things about the man, Even though she says he's stonewalling, he's terrible, he's a piece of shit, he apologizes. He says, I fucked up. Let's stop talking.
Yeah, she wants to suss that
She
D&D.
wants to turn that hate into love because they're right beside each other. They're neighbors.
She still wants
They're
to...
Siamese twins. You can't separate the motherfuckers.
Say it.
That's why they say, man, I love this bitch, but I hate her.
Yep.
How many times you heard that? Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
She wants to suss that D&D.
Yo.
Whatever the fuck you nerds say.
Yo, you need to be easy, bro. Don't be throwing me in that loop.
What the
yeah, this is Twitch stuff. This is extra nerd.
I know.
All you guys here who watch it right now, who watch this Twitch stuff, big time nerds.
But that's the thing. That's exactly what it is.
I wouldn't go to TwitchCon, but I'm going to a Taku-thon.
That's really the thing with that conversation and stuff like that. You could be blocked. And
I was at the gym 4 days ago, and every now and then, so this is a cycle of how our friendship works. Everything will be okay, and then she'll message me and she'll be like, well, you were so horrible so many years ago, blah, blah. And then when she starts doing that, then I'm like, okay, listen, if I was so horrible, why are you still talking to me? Why the fuck are you still talking to me? Stop talking to me. That's what I say. Because I don't know why.
Oh, you said stop? You deliberately said like,
yes,
stop.
dude, I've had... Zirkin,
Okay, then that's it. That's it. It's her fault.
Can I please just let me talk? Please stop.
You can make peace
Why do you
Okay.
say these things different things publicly, Steven, privately? Why didn't you say you wanted to talk to me, Steven? Why do you act like you didn't? Stop acting like that. Why did you? Why would you call me princess a month ago?
29 years old, by the way.
I care. I thought you understood me. Why would he call me princess if he didn't want to talk to me? So you've been lying the whole time, and this whole time you just feel like you're forced into being friends with me. Why wouldn't you say that? Why would you say all those sweet things?
Listen, mind you, I'm gonna speak to the ladies for 2 seconds. Ladies. I know you're not. But this shit right here, this shit is the reason why they called you crazy.
Yes.
Cause this is crazy.
Yes. If he's not a little bit jealous, he don't care.
I swear to God, I'm not crazy. When you say that, it's because you know you done did some crazy shit. You can shut that shit off.
Yeah, I think we could pretty much get it done with. But I want to play something for you that I thought was really interesting. Okay, so this is somebody else who had a problem with her, a woman. Okay.
You end up feeling like you're being held hostage.
Do you still get messages like constantly? I know you say you're getting some now.
Dan
but,
cameo.
You get like the same like 20 messages in a row with no response thing that Steve got, or what?
If she's really upset, yeah. One thing that she would do is she said that I just have a wrong version, like I view reality wrong because I thought that when you tell somebody to stop messaging you that they're supposed to stop. And she said that like the way that it actually is that if you tell somebody to stop, it means that you aren't gonna read the messages anymore, but you can keep sending them.
Derek Ozenman, $4.99. Destiny, I also cry myself to sleep every night wishing for you to love me back.
Thanks.
So stuff like that made me really feel like I was insane because it's like, was I really being like horrible by like expecting people to stop when I say stop if they're messaging me?
I'm gonna tell you this. This sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. It's not. It's much more common than you think.
Yup.
Most of you motherfuckers are like that.
Yup.
When someone tells you, okay, stop that. You can't compel to, because there's a break. You still want to have that relationship, no matter how toxic it is. This is very, very common.
You want to talk about no means no? I could assure you, emotionally with a lot of ladies, it does not.
It does not.
Okay? The amount of times that I did not want to have a conversation, or I didn't want to talk about something, or I didn't want to talk to somebody, and they kept going.
Yeah.
And ladies, you guys might know this. You guys ever had a guy you said you're not interested and he keeps messaging you, and he sends you 100 messages?
Yeah.
Yo, a lot of ladies do that shit too.
Absolutely.
A lot of ladies do that shit too.
Emotionally, you guys do exactly that. And I told you I got a lot of female friends.
Yeah, but why do you keep messaging? Because I need to let him know how I feel. For what purpose?
You already knows. You already and okay, go ahead. And it's the same shit that we're saying before.
Walk it
No, I got something today.
Walk it off. Now walk it off. Where's that walking up? Okay, now let me
So
just
why-
say-
so why-
No, because that's some shit.
That's some shit. That's some shit.
No, is it Groundhog Day? Is it Groundhog Day? I have to ask. You said we need to talk. Why we talk about what we talked about yesterday?
And then when you abdicate, you're like, you know what? Okay, go ahead. It's the same
And this is what I'm saying.
But you said that already.
And this is what I'm saying. I'm so grateful for the people in my life. We talk about some shit, we hash it out, we move the f on.
Just as like to add on to this, hold on.
Loveless Bunyan, $4.99. For 2022, we gotta take your rhetoric to the next level. We need the year of the Christine.
Nice. Did I make a colony ship for this? I don't think I did. If you keep reaching out to a person and contacting them, you don't want to just let them know how you feel. You don't want, but the goal is always to continue something. That's what's actually happening every time.
Jake D. Lesber, $5. Destiny, your boys Endahal had a debate against a groper turn onto a show. Another embarrassment for the left.
A griper turn onto a shit show. I don't know anything about that debate, but okay.
Cause I'm gonna start looking at you funny if you always bringing up the same problems and we already apologized and handled that shit. Then it sounds to me like you're trying to hold me hostage with my fuck up. I apologize. If I repeat the behavior, talk to me about it. Okay. Yo, nigga, you did that shit again. Okay, now we can talk again about it because it's not the same thing.
But is it the same?
It's a pattern now. We gotta talk about that.
If it's the same old shit though?
No!
Nathan Explosion, $4.99. Do you think it's ironic that rich conservatives are more likely to be politically active and donate more of their money to their causes than rich leftists?
I don't know if that's true at all. I have no idea if that's true at all. There are rich people on both sides that like contribute to causes and stuff, right? You've got like the Soroses on the left and the Koch brothers on the right.
You need to shut the fuck up about it and move on.
And that's what I'm saying. Emotionally holding someone hostage, bro. I don't fuck with that. I do not. And some of you weirdos out there who are sending 30 messages without replies, if someone says don't reach out to them, don't reach out to them. Respect their privacy. Bruh. Anyways, I don't know. That's one of those things that I've done seen so many times and I'm just like, bruv, this is not necessary.
But it's more common than you think. It's not
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
The reason why we say it's crazy because it's fucked up, but it's not crazy.
Yes.
It's there. It's not out of the norm. It's
not.
really out there.
It's not, and you know what the thing is? There's like, if you're a half decent person, you just want to find a way to resolve this as peacefully as possible so everyone go their separate ways. But when someone doesn't want to, and they're messaging other people, and they're posting stuff, and they're sending you, bro, do you know how fucking weird it is when you block someone on one platform, then they message you on another one, then you block them there, and they message you on another one, then you block them there, and by the final message, they're saying the most foul things you can imagine because they're just angry and they want an emotional response. The amount of times that I have seen that shit, I'm just like, yo, I done told you stop contacting me.
And they're gonna go in personal shit.
You were doing some fuck shit. I said, cool, let's stop talking. You out here messaging me on every platform. I don't reciprocate. If you gave me fucking crazy, like that kind of controlling hostage, I'm America.
You don't negotiate with
Thank you.
terrorists.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't. Okay?
You should.
So, okay, you gonna hold that shit over my head? You know what? Kill the hostage.
It's just Robbie, $5. Have you looked into the manifest of the Twitch hack dump directly? As someone who has created their own platform, what would you be looking for?
No? Manifest of the Twitch hack dump? Or, well, like a manifesto of people? I have no idea. I don't.
I'm going home, bitch. I'm not a good hostage taker, but I try not to get to a lot of hostage situations. So that's all I'm gonna say about this. All you fucking nut jobs out there who be doing this shit, who don't know how to let stuff go. Let it breathe. Breathe.
But you're not trying to get into us.
Breathe.
You're not one and a two and a. You're not trying to get into
No,
us
no. Blue.
Oh yeah.
Sean Paul.
Blue Cantrell.
Blue Cantrell.
Sean Paul and Blue Cantrell. Yeah.
Come on, get it.
Hey, yo. Oh, yo. Hey, yo. Nuts here. You say you love me, but you're never there for me. Boom, 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 boom. That beat. Remix. What's the difference between me and you?
I'm blunt, but I got a lot of friends though. What's the difference between me and you?
That party was hella.
Oh no, nigga, I gotta play that shit. Cause I can just appreciate that's that's an all-time classic for me. For me, I'm saying not in general, but Blue Cantrell and Sean Paul.
Shot 2 hits. Shot the first hit.
I was leaving.
Breathe.
When a man trying to hit you up style.
Yes, that's a good one.
That's it.
When I actually put her name in, that's the first song that came up.
Okay, I don't connect. I just don't connect with the rest of this video. But pin comment. I highly don't agree with Twitch is for nerds or Twitch is for nerd shit. I would love to have a conversation about that, Abba. Ooh, called out. Called out by DJ Miller. Read their reply.
No! No!
No thanks, nerd. Yuck, yuck. Thanks. Take a look, please. My National Gun Reciprocity Proposal. It looks great. I just checked it out. Good job. Oh, wake up. What time do I need to actually go to the airport? When does that Back 4 Blood game come out? It's on the 13th, I think, right? Like 4 days? 5 days? Click nerd, Hortler. What?
Myself, and my name is First, I want to introduce myself, and my name is Sean Skelton, and I'm very real, and unfortunately, this is also very real.
Jesus. Do they all have Parkinson's, or? Are you going with your car? I think I'm going to drive. It's $40 a day, but I'm only going to be at the airport for like 2 days, I think. So I think I can just drive. Oh, it's fake vaccine reacting. Oh, no. Most fuel efficient. There's a fuel efficient route now on Google Maps? Thanks. Use 9% less fuel than alternative routes. Okay. Jesus. We've watched this guy before, right? This is like, yeah, the Darman, the insane. Did you see the school shooter got bailed out of jail? Nope.
Following 9/11.
Well, this person doesn't make anything of value. I'm good.
I'm not.
The Black Lives Matter narrative. Jesus. Do you know that there is an In-N-Out near LAX? There might be, but I don't like In-N-Out, so why would I care? No. That's for damn sure. Damn. What? No.
Lawson Harrison, $5. Destiny. New Far Cry?
Maybe. Single player games are so boring. And my viewership sucks when I get it. I have such a weird audience because you guys are like, Destiny doesn't play new games that come out. It's like, when I play single player games, my viewership is fucked. So why would I even suffer through it? It's not even like a game that I care that much about. No, that's for damn sure. Damn.
No, don't make it weird. I'm just no. You're being.
Wait, who cut this clip? You killed it. The whole reason why this is edgy is before whoever cut this fucked this up completely. No, that's for damn sure. Wow, cringe. Who actually linked this? Will kill forever. And F- Clipper, dude. Jesus. You actually managed to destroy the humor with that clip. Impressive. See, Loner Box has been on Lauren Southern. Not yet. Would you consider the Texas shooting to be a school shooter? Does school shooting include individual fights where someone shoots a gun inside a school? No. I would not consider that a school shooting. That sounds dumb as fuck to say that.
Gappy, $5. Twitch chat will rise up again soon. Also, Far Cry 6 is trash. Last Dono is dumb. Also, posture check chat. No slouching wide people happy.
Okay. Surf is trying to destroy Lauren Southern. What is this?
From the Doors, did you hear that?
Lauren Southern's
The locks
greatest
have been
lie.
removed from the Doors. Locks, like deadbolts.
Not really. Really hungry, haven't eaten, and just please give me a call when the food is coming.
What is this? This is not a parody.
Immediately, they just start asking questions.
Why would tribal chiefs be stating these were overgrown graveyards?
And then she sprinkles in a little dose of conspiracy theory.
And all before an election. Things were simply not adding up.
To lead us into a drone-laden intro. Lauren and Keen display their complete bewilderment that tribal chiefs and residential school survivors have no interest in talking to them, especially when a cursory Google search will reveal that Lauren has previously held interviews with such prestigious figures as Faith Goldie.
Of our people and a future for white children.
Yeah.
Is that controversial though? Like I don't see that that's controversial. Is that bad?
Zibatsu,
I think it's controversial to say the opposite.
You cannot complain about single players tanking your views and have thousands of hours in League on stream.
Yeah, but the difference is I like playing League. That's like the difference, right? Like, do you understand?
Holocaust denier, member of the Identity.
I feel like if anybody could rehabilitate Lauren Southern's image, I feel like the best possible thing that could happen to her would be Lance trying to attack her. Because he's actually so fucking stupid that I think she could actually rebuild off the backs of his critiques on her.
Movement, Martin Sellner.
No, but I think you're much fierce than many of the activists I know. But you're right, of course, it's a dangerous mission.
And Alexander Dugin, the founder of the National Bolsheviks Party, aka the Nazbols.
Normality today is matriarchy, feminism, LGBT, broadening.
How much do I want to get into this? This narrative is actually really scary. If Lance wanted to attack Lauren Southern, it shouldn't be for interviewing these people. It should be for agreeing with these people. There shouldn't necessarily be a problem with interviewing edgy or crazy people, right? Like, there might be a problem here if you put forth the argument that like, oh, Lauren Southern is in league with these people or agrees with these people, then sure. But like, Lauren Southern interviews like far right people, I think you need to take it a step farther to show that as being like problematic.
Experience with drugs and so on. That is normal. That is almost obligatory for millennials.
There's actually several scenes of them mistaking people not wanting anything to do with them as potential cover-ups of something more sinister.
What are they hiding? Like, why are they so afraid to talk to media?
We've given them a month, actually, and they're satisfied with the status quo. So that's the story, right? They're happy with you being misled.
Lauren is further confused when members of the local church won't comment immediately on a highly charged issue with a stranger who has only identified herself as a journalist named Lauren.
This topic, I literally hear like the soul leave their body when I ask about the church attacks or the residential school.
No one will talk to them, which surely can only mean that there's something else going on here, which means it's as good a time as any to visit one of the actual grave sites and be as respectful as they can be by following the rules. No drone use, live streaming, video recording, photography. That noise.
To launch the drone, to fly it over this area that a lot of people don't want to be seen for whatever reason.
GPR scan, which presumably
These are so, I don't even know if I can watch this. I don't want to sound like I'm simming for Lauren Southern. These are not good critiques. Like, that's like, do you see how disrespectful the Vice reporters are? All sorts of signs up in Xinjiang or whatever saying, please do not film here. Please don't worry about what's happening to the Uyghurs. Don't carry a camera here. Like, what? Why would you? Like, no shit. If somebody calls himself an investigative journalist, the first place they're going to go to is places where there are signs saying, don't film. Well, of course.
led to these flag markings was done by Dr. Sarah Bollier, who has since stated her findings are simply preliminary and cannot be confirmed yet.
In the following slides, I will call the targets of interest probable burials as they demonstrate multiple GPR characteristics of burials, but only forensic investigation with excavation will be able to conclusively determine this.
Now, Lauren only plays about 15 seconds of Dr. Sarah Bollier's 18-minute presentation and ignores the bulk with purpose, which is too bad because she does an excellent job explaining her methodology. GPR alone wasn't used to determine the presence of the bodies. The child's rib bone they'd found had already done that.
Part of the reason these 2 acres out of 160 were selected for this GPR survey was because a juvenile rib bone and a tooth were discovered.
In fact, the GPR wasn't used to detect organic matter at all. It was used to figure out exactly how large this particular unmarked graveyard of children was. That was combined with additional information such as accounts of survivors, historical documents, school records, and other testimonies to form a case. It's detective work and combines many of the tools of modern archaeology. Most importantly is the fact that the idea of missing and murdered Indigenous children is not new. It's been widely established by thousands of interviews in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The survivors of this cultural genocide are still alive today.
For me, it is very hard to talk about it. I didn't even talk about the abuse in residential schools to my children. And today they're shocked to hear all what is happening, especially finding of the babies. Many of our children who ran away during the winter and froze to death on their way home. And the IELTS, the black robes, start lying.
Wasn't Destiny the first one on the left to bring her back into the fold? I didn't bring anybody back. Here's what I don't understand, okay? I spent years arguing with lefties, and then everybody cries and complains when I argue with lefties, okay? So now I have to go and find conservatives, but now when I find conservatives, people cry and complain about that too. What am I supposed to do? I feel like the problem is that, like, you guys don't actually give a fuck. When I say you guys, I mean, like, you, Jason, Society, Chat. You guys don't actually give a fuck, like, who I talk to or what I debate or who I'm bringing to the floor. You don't care about any of that shit. You just want me to be a socialist. And anything, like, less than that is, like, you get ass mad over it. Like, fuck off.
About the children. Oh yeah, they're doing fine here. In the meantime, they were missing. And no one had searched for them.
Nevertheless, the fact that she skips over the presentation can be forgiven as they state their next step will be to speak to an expert on the subject.
Some of those markers are like weirdly close to each other.
Now, what we need to do is speak to an expert on ground penetrating radar and see if that level of preciseness is accurate, or are they just putting stakes in the ground?
2 weeks later. Turns out, rather than speak to any experts, Keane has his own research he seems very confident about.
From the Journal of Applied Geophysics. This was from 2009.
Using the abstract of a study, aka the part before the introduction, they conclude that GPR technology often leads to incorrect results.
So yeah, one of those things that was repeated by almost every study and every expert, even the experts who did some of the research on these graves, was it cannot detect organic matter.
Yeah, no shit. GPR isn't a corpse machine. It detects anomalies in the soil. So for instance, if you dug a shallow grave and put a body in there and filled it with soil, it would detect a depression present that would appear different than had nothing happened at all.
But it wouldn't see a pile of bodies that has been there for 60...
This is true. Man, it sure would be cool if Lance knew all of this for his debate with Lauren instead of having to make a Cope video like 5 months later. I think Lance literally learned this in real time during his debate.
70, 80 years. It's just not how GPR works.
Right. Yeah. From what I've seen, looking at some of the studies available online, really it'll just show you anomalies in the ground. And this is even what Sarah Bellier...
It's at this stage that I'd like to point out that the description of our video contains a grand total of 0 links to any studies or reports, making it difficult to determine if she's read material on GPR or cereal boxes that have the letter G on them. Nevertheless, we found the study that Keane referenced and read as far as the conclusion, which states, our investigation showed that GPR surveys are useful tools for identifying unmarked graves, and that the probability of detecting their correct location is very high under conditions mentioned in this paper. Even in the abstract itself, if they had just read past the first paragraph, they'd realize that GPR is intended to be compared with soil and vegetation properties of the sites examined. Which again, if they had played more than 5 seconds of Dr. Sarah Bollier's presentation, they'd realize she did.
With regards to determining number of graves, as I went through on the slides, it was ruling out different anomalies, such as root systems, stones, rocks, anything else under the surface that didn't present as a potential burial. When you have a juvenile burial, because they are smaller in length, they typically are not dug as deeply. So the length would have been taken into account in addition to the depth of the burial as well.
The Smoking Gun Finale, being the largest unmarked gravesite found near former Saskatchewan residential school, wasn't a mass grave at all.
These graves in Saskatchewan were apparently marked in the 60s. This was not a mass grave. It was a graveyard.
Yeah. Lauren. No shit.
I feel like I've outpaced him.
Wait, but that's the whole point. The whole point on this is like nobody calls graveyards mass graves. That's the point. You're implying something so much different.
News story never said it was a mass grave.
You're Canadian. I'm American, and even I know that all the talk about this shit hasn't been about graveyards that have been lost. It's been about mass graves. This has been a huge Canadian Indigenous person's talking point for months. It's not just graveyards, it's mass graves, mass grave, mass grave, mass grave, genocide, mass graves.
Even the fucking headline. That again, using a combination of information provided by historical data, GPR, and even the goddamn Archdiocese of Regina, had revealed several of the graves had been bulldozed.
Firstly, a rogue priest with a bulldozer is not an intentional cover-up by the Catholic Church.
They never said it was a cover-up, just that it was literally covered up, like you're inventing your own
Wait, what's the point of saying that? Is Lance trying to now walk back to nobody ever made the claim that people were intentionally covering things up. They just said that it happened to get cover up. Well, that was the whole point of the initial claims. Right?
Conspiracy theory to have to debunk on top of proving your point. You even mentioned that the graveyard had started 13 years before the school opened. Again, no one is disputing that. It doesn't justify if children died at a residential school and were then buried in a gravesite that had their markers bulldozed because they didn't care.
you can't just rely on a couple squiggly lines to condemn a nation of genocide. That's not how it works. That's not what the science says. But time and time again, we see journalists misreading science. They don't know what they're talking about. They claim they do, but they're lying.
So, there's so much to unpack here, and unfortunately, I won't have time to do it properly.
Then why are you making a video? Wait, why would you include a quote? Why would you include a quote where you're saying there's a lot to unpack, but you don't have time to do it? That's not true. You actually have so much time because this is prepared content. This is a pre-recorded video. You have literally as much time as you want. Well, I think 12 hours is the maximum upload time. Oh no, you can do longer because it's a pre-recorded video. It's not a stream. You have so much time.
The accusation of cultural genocide against the government of Canada has already been established through the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. It was a multi-million-dollar investigation that had thousands of witnesses, testimonies, and conclusively determined that Canada intentionally enacted a program of cultural genocide against Indigenous peoples. This is in addition to the National Inquiry into murdered and missing Indigenous women that also found the country to be guilty of cultural genocide. Both inquiries proposed multiple calls to action, from ending the widespread separation of children from their Indigenous parents, to reserves not even having enough clean drinking water, to address the ongoing problems, and very few of these calls to actions have been met.
I like how he layers the fucking music. God, dude, he was actually so gross. Oh my God, he's so fucking disgusting, dude. Oh God.
So, there you have it. Well, almost it. You see, remember when I said you should put a pin in what Lauren's definition of what a mass grave is? Well, that's because in the actual UN Declaration itself, it clearly states that there is no clear definition of what they actually are. Now, I know it's pedantic to argue about definitions, but again, in your
Reading the rest.
No clear definition of what they actually are. Now, I know it's pedantic to argue about definitions, but again, in your own example, if you just read past the first line, you'd learn several definitions of mass graves have been offered. From a scientific perspective, a mass grave contains two or more bodies that are in contact with each other. After all, it's archaeologists who are the ones examining the sites and using the definition openly. And better yet, that they don't have to be the result of extrajudicial, summary, or arbitrary executions, but can be from not having died in combat or armed confrontations. Like, holy hell, you highlighted it. At least read it next time. Oh, and you know how you said you were going to talk to an expert, but then just didn't? Well, I did. I spoke to several, in fact, like Jonathan Driver, professor of archaeology from Simon Fraser University, who says, and I quote, "What we do know is that GPR can detect anomalies in the soil and that this technology has been used to successfully find unmarked graves. And we also know that children did die at residential schools because there are records of this. And we know that GPR anomalies have been found around residential schools that require further investigation. Oh, and I also spoke to the manufacturing company that makes the technology used inside GPR devices."
How do you counter misinformation? In a word, it's total BS. I mean, it's used all the time for this application. I don't know how else you counter that other than to say, talk to the police who are using it, talk to the researchers who are using it. Now, most of the time, bodies that have been buried for years or decades or hundreds of years are long since dewatered and decayed and everything like that. And they're extremely difficult to find with GPR. In fact, you probably wouldn't be able to find them with GPR. But what you can find is things associated with the burial. So things like somebody had to dig a hole to bury the body, and therefore the soil was disturbed. And you can never put the soil back into a hole the same way it came out. Finding one body buried somewhere is very, very difficult. Right? The police run into that all the time with cold cases. Is how do you tell? Because GPR can be very confusing and all this. But when you have basically an unmarked cemetery, which is the situation with the residential schools, then you pick up patterns. When you scan an area, you start to see, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't look totally natural. This is a pattern.
I mean, it sure would damage your entire thesis if it turned out that these exact same techniques of combining GPR data with other information such as historical records had been used to exhume bodies years after they had been buried. You know, like in Tampa Bay. where the remains of over 50 boys were exhumed after having been successfully located with the assistance of ground-penetrating radar over 70 years after the bodies had been buried. I guess your last remaining shred of dignity could hinge on the fact that these weren't exactly residential schools or indigenous children being exhumed, unlike the Carlisle Indian Boarding School, one of the oldest residential schools in the United States that opened in 1831 and closed in 1970, and the work of Clint King, who again combined the use of ground-penetrating radar with other information to locate and track indigenous children that were buried there. And if that isn't all, here's the bodies having been exhumed from the ground and returned to their ancestral homes, you goddamn ghoul, over 100 years later.
But it wouldn't see a pile of bodies that has been there for 60, 70, 80 years. It's just not how GPR works.
Yes, that's right, Ronald McDonald with whiteface on. I haven't forgotten about you. It's actually so rich that you want to talk about genocide and hoaxes because ground-penetrating radar has been used to find Jewish mass graves from the goddamn Holocaust. GPR is such a crucial tool used in archaeology at this point that stating that it's unable to find skeletal remains is so ludicrous that it calls into question the entire field itself. I mean, yeah, we had medicine before the fact that we knew about what the germ theory of disease was, or antibiotics, but no one is going to say that we shouldn't use those things today. Like, should we not use chemistry just because we once had alchemy, Lauren? Is that what you want? Fucking alchemy?
Oh god, he's trying to do the H-Bummer guy. If it's on his YouTube, it should be okay on my YouTube, right?
Not detect organic matter. Yeah, you know, you said that.
This was a very difficult video to make.
Oh my god, stop acting like it. Dude, I hate white liberals so much. Oh my god, it's so good. This video was so hard to make. He says as he overlays fucking Wagner for 2 minutes while he's getting his sick dunks in. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about any of these people. You wish more died so you could get more fucking content out of it. You're such a disingenuous snake fuck. Jesus Christ.
Don't only mean because I have an indigenous mother or because of how dark the subject matter is, but because it's something that both Canada and the world are just now coming to terms with. Yet it's something that indigenous people have been screaming and begging to be heard on for decades. Many people don't realize that the Truth and Reconciliation Commission was created as part of a settlement.
Damn, he says he has an indigenous mother. I wonder if he's ever made Elizabeth Warren jokes before. I feel like I remember him doing that, but I don't 100%, so I won't accuse him of it, but...
An agreement, and that the conservative government at the time tried to do everything in their power to delay or stop it. What makes things worse is that even when there's overwhelming amounts of evidence, people like Lauren and person voted most likely to name his mannequins after his mother will deliberately lie and distort the truth to whitewash or hide the horrors and atrocities committed against indigenous people. So beyond the lesson of don't trust anything Lauren Southern says at face value, the greatest one would be listen to indigenous voices and storytellers, because theirs are the ones that have been historically silenced.
Oh god. Oh my god. Jesus. Didn't Lauren concede that there was a genocide in the past? That's what I remember. I could be wrong, but I thought Lauren explicitly said, like, yeah, at one point, yeah, you could probably argue there was a genocide. I think she said that, but she was talking about the ongoing genocide. But I don't remember. It's been a while since I've listened to that. Look at this clip. Hold on. White name. A bit insensitive to put Wagner over video about mass genocide. Yeah, that's a little weird, but who cares? Whatever. Oh, did you actually fix this clip?
Justin Trudeau, okay? You're coming down with me, as they say. Did you catch that reference there? Why I called you Justin Trudeau?
I
did. Okay,
you got him.
You got me. Oh, that was skincare.
I feel like I've outpaced him.
You didn't care about your skin, though. That's for damn sure. Damn.
What? No, don't make it weird. I'm just no. You're being now. You're making it weird. No, I didn't. I do that randomly. No, I swear I didn't mean to do it like that, though.
Did dinosaurs live
Oh
at the
my
same time
god.
as humans?
The true
Just
mood.
got through that. Painful.
Okay, I'm leaving in like 20 minutes.
Construction complete.
Destiny, good man. Why is the showrunner of a show called Dear White People a white person? Is she writing a note to herself? Oh no. True. That is actually really weird. Destiny. Are these one of the transphobic jokes?
And they've canceled people that are more powerful than me. They canceled J.K. Rowling. My God, J.K. Rowling wrote all the Harry Potter books by herself. She sold so many books, the Bible worries about her. And they canceled her because she said in an interview, and this is not exactly what she said, but effectually, she said gender was a fact. And then the trans community got mad as shit. They started calling her a TERF. I didn't even know what the fuck that was.
That is an unbelievably generous characterization of what J.K. Rowling has said. In reality, that's not really what she said. She went way farther than that, but okay.
But I know that trans people make up words to win arguments.
Oh no.
So I looked it up. TERF is an acronym. Stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists. This is a real thing. This is a group of women that hate transgender. They don't hate transgender women, but they look at trans women the way we blacks might look at blackface. It offends them. Like, ooh, this bitch is doing an impression of me. Now, I shouldn't speak on this because I am not a woman, nor am I trans. But as we've established, I am a feminist. That's right. I'm Team TERF. I agree. I agree, man. Gender is a fact. You have to look at it from a woman's perspective. Look at it like this. Caitlyn Jenner, whom I've met, wonderful person. Caitlyn Jenner was voted Woman of the Year. Her first year as a woman. Ain't that something? Beat every bitch in Detroit. She's better than all of you. Gender is a fact. This is a fact. Every human being in this room, every human being on...
Wait, is that actually true? Did that happen? I didn't even know that.
...on Earth had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on Earth. That is a fact. And they've canceled people that are more powerful than me.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
That's pretty, that's pretty, yikes if that was true, but okay. Unexperienced backlash for debating Ben Shapiro. Oh yeah, she's just mad at people getting mad at her for debating him, yeah. I think, it wouldn't surprise me if... I understand where Dave Chappelle is coming from. The thing that a lot of people online don't understand is that, like, to even begin to understand what a TERF is or what a TERF talks about, you have to be on so many layers of, like, internet understandings of this shit. Like, to normal people, these conversations are wholly and completely inaccessible. It's a rough one. But also said in that special, not even 10 minutes later, that trans women are women. Like, I just don't think he really understands what a TERF is or what it entails. Oh, maybe.
Anomaly found. Scientific breakthrough achieved.
How long is the ban? Does this have I don't know. I just sent in an appeal. I have to wait, which I'll find out in a few fucking days or some stupid shit.
System survey complete.
Is there anything else we need to go over before I leave? I think he's more dealing with the colloquial use of TERF rather than the actual meaning, because literally everyone trans people don't like as a TERF. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. It's just like... He's very back and forth throughout the whole special. It's very weird. Like, there's a part where he talks about the bathroom bill that forced you to use the bathroom with your genitals at birth, and someone in the audience cheers and he goes, no, that's not good, that's bad, it's a bad bill. So I don't know, at points he's very I'm just saying, like, trans stuff is very, very, very difficult. It's hard to... It challenges so many fundamental assumptions we have about, like, existence. That's a very difficult topic. You should be patient with people talking about it. And then the online discourse has spun off 50 million leagues to the left before, like, even normal human beings have even any idea what the fuck a trans person is, right? I would wager this, and I would win. Even in Western developed countries, I bet that more than 50% of people don't think there's, like, a gender-sex distinction. Most people are like male, gender, and sex, same thing. Most people still probably believe that. Even in, not even like worldwide, even in like Western countries, most people probably still think that. So, and like, we're not even at the point where we're dear gender with its pronouns, right?
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Very good article on the electoral future of the Democrats by Ezra Klein. Okay. If I save this, it should automatically be saved. You kind of have to acknowledge the distinction once you start talking about cultural things like fashion. No, you don't. You just say that's feminine or that's masculine without ever recognizing a gender-sex distinction. Do I have time to read this? Hold on, I don't usually fly out this late, so it's a little bit mindfucky to me. I need to make sure I'm not, like, just missing my flight. If I'm at the airport like an hour early, that should be more than enough time, right? I should have like over an hour to leave. I think I'm leaving way too early, but it's fine, I don't care. Do you have pre-check? No. Oh, I do have clear though. Pre-check is God tier. Well, I didn't want to get pre-check because I just wanted to get global entry, but it's there's like the way that they test for it with the coronavirus shit, they close down like all of the centers and shit, and you have to like, it's just weird. What's up?
Hello, are you gonna congratulate me before you leave?
Congratulations. Did you get a diamond?
No, I'm engaged.
Oh, congratulations on being engaged. Nice job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm kind of an adult now. I'm learning coding. Let chat equals stupid. Chat plus string.
I feel like I'm outpaced
is really
intellectually.
So yeah, have fun on your flight.
Okay, have fun. Be careful.
Okay. Bye.
David Shore is telling Democrats what they don't want to hear. President Biden's agenda is in peril. Democrats hold a bare 50 seats in the Senate, which gives any member of their caucus the power to block anything he or she chooses, at least in the absence of Republican support. And Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are wielding that leverage ruthlessly. But here's the truly frightening thought for frustrated Democrats. This might be the high-water mark of power they'll have for the next decade. Democrats are on the precipice of an era without any hope of a governing majority. The coming year, while they still control the House, the Senate, and the White House, is their best chance to alter course, to pass a package of democracy reforms that makes voting fairer and easier, to offer statehood to Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C., to overhaul how the party talks and acts and thinks to win back the working class voters, white and non-white, who have left them behind the electoral 8-ball. If they fail, they will not get another chance, not anytime soon. Just as a quick pointing out or whatever, making voting fairer and easier is not going to help Democrats. The problems are deeper than this. I know we all like to talk about like voter suppression. Voter suppression is just bullshit. I'm sorry. Maybe I might do a whole stream on this someday. I've read so many articles on this at this point. The idea that like people are turned off from voting because of voter suppression is just not true. If people really want to vote for somebody, they'll do it. The problem is that we have historic political divides, and the problem is that like there are genuinely a lot of like conservative people in this country. Also, statehood for Puerto Rico and DC is not happening ever or anytime soon. This is a pipe dream. Don't bank anything on this. Okay. I agree, but the GOP certainly wants to suppress the vote. Sure, which I think actually is dumb because it probably hurts them because it mobilizes more voters on the other side to go out and vote. But then that at least is what David Shore thinks. Shore started modeling elections in 2008 when he was a 16-year-old blogger, and he proved good at it. By 2012, he was deep inside President Barack Obama's re-election campaign, putting together the fabled Golden Report, which modeled the election daily. The forecast proved spookily accurate. It ultimately predicted every swing state but Ohio within a percentage point and called the national popular vote within 1/10 of a percentage point. MathGeek data analysts became a hot item for Democratic Party campaigns, and Shore was one of the field's young stars, pioneering ways to survey huge numbers of Americans and experimentally test their reactions to messages and ads. Also, to be clear, this doesn't mean anything until you've got like more and more like data to back it up. Calling 1 or 2 elections is not impressive. There's a lot of people that try to do this. Inevitably, some people will be right. Now, that being said, I like Shore. I think he's a cool dude, but just saying. Someone in chat, I'm never going to be able to convince you of this. You either have to grow up and realize it or like have a whatever, but I can't convince you of this. I'm sorry. So somebody says, when Destiny talks about voting in elections, he's lost. I will tell you what your problem is, and it's up to you to figure out if you ever want to grapple with this or not. Progressives in the United States thinks that everybody in the U.S. is progressive. They just don't know it yet, or they just haven't had the opportunity to vote on it. Progressives in the United States will never accept the fact that most Hispanics don't like you. I'm sorry. Most Hispanics are socially conservative. That's a fact. It's been borne out over and over and over again. It's why the GOP is polling more and more Hispanic voters every time. You walk around the block with that dipshit fucking pro-socialist, massive socially left agenda, Hispanic voters are going to leave you in droves. Sorry, brown people don't give a fuck about the crazy shit that you talk about in the whitest college campuses in the United States. I know that hurts to hear, but figure it out because like Democrats have been losing Hispanic voters in like record numbers. All right, I'm sorry, but your Che Guevara shirt is not getting, Fucking Pablo to go down to the polls to vote for you. Figure it out. Learn. That's what you got to do. Number one. Number two, people in this country you have to understand black voters too also are more conservative than you want. And past that, people in general are more conservative than you want to acknowledge. Not everybody in the U.S. is ready for the massive socialist government. Not everybody in the U.S. is ready for like, oh yeah, like we're ready for socialized healthcare and socialize this and co-ops everywhere. And not everybody's like that. Not even most Democrats are like that. If you don't even have the majority, you don't. Bernie Sanders proved that. If you don't even have the majority of Democrats on board with a far left agenda, and you even by your own admittance, it's not far left, this isn't even left in Europe, which is wrong, by the way, but even by your own admittance, your agenda that Bernie Sanders puts out isn't far left, and even he didn't have that much support. But for some reason, you progressives always think, oh, it's because we didn't go far left enough. It's because we didn't go far left enough. We didn't go far left enough. Like, no, what do you mean? Every other successful politician in the U.S. has tried during election season, at least, to like be more moderate on their platform. Believe it or not, and maybe a lot of you weren't old enough for the Trump election in 2016, which could be a possibility at this point. Trump ran as an unbelievably moderate Republican candidate. People forgot this. I have to bring this up more because people don't remember this. Trump was unbelievably moderate. You got to keep in mind, Trump is on stage next to a guy that changed his fucking name from Raphael to Theodore, okay, to Ted, so that he could run for the election, Ted Cruz, and then fucking Rubio, a guy from fucking Florida, right? Trump ran as a relatively moderate candidate for Republicans. Everybody else pushes more to the center to grab votes. This idea that you just need to go farther and farther and farther and farther and farther left, and eventually it's going to fucking slingshot around and everybody's going to join you. I'm sorry, dog, but it's bullshit. Voter suppression and people can't vote, bullshit, dude. When the elections are hype as fuck, people will go out and they'll vote for them. All right, it's not like we fixed voter suppression and we had record turnouts for Obama for 2 elections in a row. It's not like we fixed voter suppression and we've had 3x the turnout for some of the primaries in 2020. It's because people were mad as fuck at Trump, so they got out and voted. It's not like there's more voter suppression for local or city elections and less voter suppression for federal elections. That's not true. People just don't give a fuck about a lot of the voting shit in the U.S. You have to deal with that and work in that reality. Because when you keep coming at it from the reality of, oh man, everybody's an ACAB socialist, they just don't realize it, you're going to lose every goddamn election you try to run in, except for the bluest fucking districts that mean fucking nothing in the United States. You want to know why people like Manchin and Sinema have so much more sway in the Senate than somebody like AOC or the other 3 Democrats in the House? The reason is because if AOC was like, oh, well, fuck you, I'm leaving, I'm going to, okay, cool, bitch, you're in a fucking plus 40 district. There's never going to be a Republican that wins. Leave the party, do what the fuck you want, we'll replace you in 2 seconds with another Democrat. 2 seconds, boom. Somebody like Manchin or Sinema, I don't know, actually, fuck Sinema, I don't know. Somebody like Manchin walks, okay, well, it's West Virginia. Now you got your 51st Republican senator, right? Because these people are moderate. That's why you play towards the moderates, because the people at the center are the ones, the seats in the center are the seats that you're most likely to lose. We're not losing plus 40 blue districts anytime soon. That's why those people don't have any negotiating power. That's why when these dipshits like Mike from PA or Central Committee, when they talk about like, oh, well, this is why they just need to negotiate. Bullshit, they can't negotiate shit, right? Those seats are never being lost, and the party knows that. Okay, sorry. It's frustrating. Biden wasn't moderate. He literally thought trans kids should be injecting hormones into their veins. Biden was absolutely moderate compared to the farther left. Biden came out and condemned a lot of the ACAB shit. He condemned a lot of the rioting shit. I don't think Biden has ever talked about like pro-socialist messaging ever. Like Biden is absolutely moderate compared to somebody like Bernie. Maybe even compared to Kamala. Because I don't think because Kamala was pro-universal healthcare, wasn't she? Versus Biden was always in favor of expanding the ACA and stuff. I'd have to go back and reread the platforms, whatever, but I think, yeah, Kamala might have gone back and forth on it, but okay. But it was a tweet that changed David Shore's career. During the protest after the killing of George Floyd, Shore, who had few followers at the time, tweeted, post-MLK assassination race riots reduced Democratic vote share in surrounding counties by 2%, which was enough to tip the 1968 election to Nixon. Nonviolent protests, he noted, tended to help Democrats electorally. The numbers came from Omar Wasow, a political scientist who now teaches at Pomona College, but online activists responded with fury to Shore's interjection of electoral strategy in a moment of grief and rage, and he was summarily fired by his employer, Civis Analytics, a progressive data science firm. For Shore, cancellation, dramatic though it was, turned him into a star. His personal story became proof of his political theory. The Democratic Party was trapped in an echo chamber of Twitter activists and woke staff members. It had lost touch with the working class voters of all races that it needs to win elections, and even progressive institutions dedicated to data analysis were refusing to face the hard facts of public opinion and electoral geography. Man, you want another kind of sad article about this? Irk might have linked me this before. I don't think I read this on stream. Oh, was it this? No, it wasn't this. Fuck. I don't know if Eric is here right now. It was a really long read, but it was really interesting on the... I don't know if you guys know this, but the ACLU was like, we are here to defend the Constitution, like, ruthlessly. We are going to defend the First Amendment rights of fucking Nazis, of Black Lives Matter, of everybody. That's what the ACLU is there to big dick on First Amendment rights especially, but like a Bill of Rights and like your constitutional rights. But nowadays, the ACLU, people inside the ACLU seem to have this problem where the ACLU is less concerned with defending constitutional rights and more concerned with just defending kind of like the left-leaning, more progressive stuff now, and they're kind of losing their way in terms of what they stand for. Yeah, which is sad if true, but fuck, I wonder. Bill O'Reilly used to call the ACLU the most dangerous organization in America all the time. Yeah, the ACLU was hated and loved by everybody. I'm trying to remember. Because I think the ACLU typically was I think the ACLU typically was in favor of, like, usually First Amendment cases were the big ones. I'm trying to remember if they did stuff on gun rights as well, though. But it's been so long since we really don't hear much. The ACLU used to be a bit like everybody hated and talked about the ACLU all the time. But I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. But fuck, I'm not gonna have time to read this. For sure, cancellation, traumatic as it was, turned him into a star. His personal story became proof of his political theory. The Democratic Party was trapped in an echo chamber of Twitter activists and woke staff members. It had lost touch with the working class voters of all races that it needs to win elections, and even progressive institutions dedicated to data analysis were refusing to face the hard facts of public opinion in electoral geography. Yes. Glenn Greenwald is hypercritical of the ACLU now because he thinks they went woke instead of standing on their principles. Glenn Greenwald is fucking crazy, but he's right there, I think. Yeah. Or that seems to be the case. I wish I had a link to this article. It was an interesting write-up, and it had like interviews, I think, with people that were part of the ACLU. But freed from a job that didn't let him speak in mind. Wait, what is this? You're correct that an increase in voter turnout doesn't always result in Democrats benefiting. Yes, this is true. I used to think this. I looked this up as well. I've read so much random data on this shit because I used to think this as well for like mail-in voting. I think I've even said on this stream before in the past, we should do mail-in voting. Mail-in voting, it always helps Democrats. Increased turnout help Democrats. Increased turnout help Democrats. But that's not true. And even the data on mail-in voting shows that it doesn't really tend to favor one side or another. That's just not true either. Dems won the House by 8.6% in 2018. This Pew validated voter suggests that Biden won 2018 votes by 8.7%. Trouble was in 2020, voters who didn't vote in 2018 were 32% of the electorate, and they voted Trump +2. So getting like a turnout increase here didn't necessarily help Democrats, yeah. But the rhetoric we hear all the time is that like more voter turnout helps Dems. More voter turnout helps Dems, you know? Okay, fuck. I can't read this. I can't do it in time. I'm sorry. Jesus. Sorry. Can we argue on principle that we should make voting for everyone easier, even if it doesn't translate to higher voting turnout? Yeah, but here's the thing, Nico. Nobody has principles and nobody cares. Nobody has principles. Like, here's like I'll throw you this random thought question, okay, to leave you all with until I'm back in 12 hours. I don't know if I'll stream tonight. But the Democrats are massively in favor of immigration from places to the South, right? Now, I would like to think that most people are in favor of immigration for a variety of good reasons, but like imagine if a lot of the people immigrating from the South were very, very, very conservative. Like imagine if you had a country that was like home to like white nationalists and shit, and those people started immigrating north. Do you think they would still be okay with like big immigration? It really feels like a lot of people don't really stand hard on their principles, and it's really just for bullshit. I don't know. I don't know. It's all depressing shit to me. Fuck it.
Name alone, as you're sort of implying here. Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, I can't host anybody. I was looking for someone to host. Just kidding. All right, well, I love you guys. It's been fun. Didn't you argue against that in your position in your debate with BPF? I mean, I personally think that immigration is good, even if the people don't necessarily share political values or whatever. But I don't know for all people. It's hard to say sometimes. I think there are plenty of good arguments for immigration that aren't like changing the demographics or whatever. Dan, Anime before.
Why would you call me princess?
Drown out the noise. I don't give a shit.
Jesus. When you're back in LA? Soon. I'm not going to be gone for long. I'm back like, I think I come back Sunday afternoon. Like I have like, my flight lands tonight at 11 p.m. and then it lands, and then I leave on like 6 a.m. Sunday, I think, so. All right, have fun. Ripper, cappuccino, 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 my deuterinos. I will be back on, I think I'll be streaming Sunday at my normal time. I land at LAX at 9:25 a.m. So I might even stream early on Sunday. We'll see. Rip on deuters. Was this what you were looking for? Once a bastion of free speech. Oh, it was this. This was the article. This is a really interesting article. Read this on your own.